things up a little because, like I said, I play Destiny 1. Mostly I live stream Destiny 1. Because I want to expand my gaming library. I just want to play more stuff. I feel that you really can't be a gamer if all you do is play Destiny 2 or Destiny 1, and there's just so many great games out there that I never experienced because I was too busy playing Destiny. And I mean, there's a couple. Like, all right, this is me going into a tangent, but like, even when I was playing Destiny, there were a couple times when for me, most of it was new because I got involved in Destiny in the last year. But for other people, it was like dry spells, and so they would get into other games. So Destiny as well as Destiny 2. Every now and then, someone I followed on YouTube would start another game up to get involved. And I remember a lot of Destiny 2, well, Destiny people, or Destiny 2, I'll just call them Destiny people, got really into the Division. So I've played the Division and the Division 2, and I want to go back to the Division and the Division 2 because I beat the campaign for both, but I haven't beat all the DLC, and I really did like the Division. Another game I learned about from Destiny creators was Remnant from the Ashes, which I beat on PlayStation and Xbox, but I haven't beat the DLC for those either. I haven't got the platinum, of course, though I highly doubt, because one of the requirements for the platinum is to beat a boss without taking any damage. And yeah, that's not happened. I don't know. I mean, if I get obsessed with that, it might take me a couple days to get to the, but it probably depends on the. Yeah, the Division, the video game. There's two Division games. There's the Division, which takes place in New York, and the Division 2 takes place in Washington, but goes back to New York. So there are a couple games I played intermittently between Destiny and Destiny 2, but honestly, I focus so much on those. Like I said, I don't feel like if all you do is play one video game, technically, I guess, for my Garfield, thank you thank you for the $5 super chat. My Garfield is hey, what do you want? Just had her lunch, and come on. See this? You have to come up. So, I have one problem now. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with Min Min, because her latest thing, by the way, her latest thing is to sit on the PS5, and I don't want her sitting on the PS5, and she has been sitting on it several times, and I've pulled her because it's in a shelf. It's a well-aired shelf, but she has sat on it, and it's hard to pull her out from over it, and I do not want her sitting on the PS5. It will overheat. It is outside of its warranty at this point because it's a day one launch unit. The PS5 has gone up in price. I do not need to have to buy a new PS5. Hey, what's up? Hello. So, as I said, I do play Destiny. Every now and then, I live stream Destiny. I play some Destiny, but Destiny isn't my main focus as much as it used to be, mostly because, as I said, I want to play a lot of other video games. I feel like you saw, I showed off my binder of games, right? That, well, she can have it, but if she wants it, she can't sit on it, or it won't be hers anymore because it won't work. The funny thing about the whole thing with Mina and the PS5 is that Buster used to sit on my PS4 Pro, and she actually overheated it, and I was lucky it was still within the warranty, so I was able to get a replacement unit. But Min Min, come here. So, I'd like to play other video games because, first off, I feel like I'm missing out on so much fun opportunities. And how can you really be a gamer if you only play one game? Then you're like a Destiny player or a Destiny 2 player or a WoW player or whatever. You're not really a gamer. Gamer plays all different kinds of stuff, right? Oh, I have no doubt about that. I have no... Though, you know what? You're right, because she never sat on the Xbox. They never sat on the Xbox. It's always the PlayStation. And look, a friend of mine recently said he was considering getting a video game console, right? And I said, you get a PlayStation. He's like, I can't decide between the Xbox and the PlayStation. And look, there's a lot of reasons why I like the Xbox. But every game I now pick up on PlayStation. The only reason I'm not selling my Xbox is I have a lot of games for Xbox. And it'll be just more better because there are a lot of games I have on Xbox I don't have on PlayStation. And it'd be just more financially feasible for me to just keep the Xbox and, play those games on the Xbox. But look, I'm not a console fan based on just brand loyalty. That's the thing. So, but anyway, so right now the reason I haven't been on early is, first of all, I wanted to make sure we had my family mentioned we might need to do some yard work or some yard thing, and it never came up. So like I will delay live streaming until I make sure they don't need me for anything sometimes. Damn, the audio is very, very quiet. That's why. Okay. Well, so. Oh no, I agree with you. Let me also say this, okay? PC is definitely the best option. Okay, I like console because they're easy, they're convenient, but I 100% agree. The best way to game, and this is probably my last generation of consoles. I'm definitely not getting the next Xbox. I'm debating whatever the PS6 is going to be like. Okay, but I'm definitely not. PC gaming is definitely 100%. I agree, the way to go. When it comes to consoles, I go based on, like, for example, the Xbox has gone up in ridiculous prices, like to a ridiculous degree. Okay, hello. The Xbox's price has gone up ridiculously high. The only advantage about the Xbox is sometimes you will find the same game on Xbox versus PlayStation in physical form cheaper because less people buy Xbox, so they go on sale faster and they just want to get rid of them. Like I said, Switch 3, that's the thing. If you want to play Nintendo games, you have to get a Nintendo console. And I do like some Nintendo games. I'm not a Pokemon person per se. But if you want to play the next Mario game, you have to have a Switch. So it depends on what the Switch 3 is going to be like. I've also been pretty unhappy with Nintendo these last for a while now. I'm very unhappy with Nintendo. I mean, we know for a fact that Nintendo sells a lot of physical games, and you come out here with the game key card. Like, I have a Switch, right? Okay. I have a Switch, right? There are games I have bought for the Switch because I know it is a full physical copy on the cartridge. Just to have it. I have bought Switch games because also Switch games are an investment, right? Well, that's true too. That's true, but yeah, no, you're right about that too. But I said, so I am, but the reason, so I had to finish the Luglocks boxes. So I am technically 2 trophies away from completing the Platinum Trophy for High on Life. The first one is watch Globo's rise to fame. I'm totally with you. That's why consoles are easy. See, I come home from work, right? All I gotta do is plug in. I also like the feel of a controller. I know a lot of people like the mouse and keyboard, but I don't. I feel like I like the feel of a controller in my hand, and I know you can use a controller on a PC, but there's just something old school gamer in me that goes, yeah, I need my console. All right, I need my console. That there's something old school gamer in me that just keeps saying, I need my console, right? 100%, I need my console. And my controller, and my old school, whatever, and my physical game, and my physical disc, and I gotta do my gaming thing like that, right? You still need that. I like my trophies, and one of the things I have to say I like more about PlayStation than Xbox is I love the Platinum trophies. Because the Platinum trophies give you... It's one thing to get all of the trophies in a game on Xbox, okay? Well, the achievements on Xbox, it's one thing to get all the achievements on a game in Xbox, right? But it doesn't feel the same as getting all the trophies on a PlayStation game and then getting that platinum trophy. There's just something about those platinum trophies that make you go, yeah. It dings more than the Xbox. So yeah, I mean the achievements are always identical to the trophies, right? Oh no, Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, I totally agree. I tried it with a controller. I played it on PlayStation and I absolutely hated it. It wasn't until I played it on mouse and keyboard that I liked it more. Honestly, my view on Final Fantasy XIV is a phenomenal game. It is great. I want to go back to playing it. I love Final Fantasy XIV. My only thing is I prefer action targeting over tab targeting, which that's why I like Guild Wars 2. Hey, what's up? Well, you can do that because I'm working on getting a platinum trophy twice on Borderlands 3 because you see it depends for Borderlands 3. I have the platinum trophy for the PS4 version of Borderlands 3, right? But I'm working. So this is what happened, right? So with Borderlands 3, okay. Yeah, I know you can mouse and keyboard on PS4 too, but it's too complicated. It's just too complicated, okay? I come home from work, and you know what? I just want to push a button, pick up a controller, and game. So the Borderlands 3, right? I played Borderlands 3 and finished it and platinumed it for the PS4 version. And recently, I don't know how long ago, I ended up with the PS5 version, or I downloaded the PS5 version. I was able to transfer a lot of my trophies by transferring my save in Borderlands 3. But there are a lot of trophies that did not transfer. So I'm working also on getting the platinum trophy for Borderlands 3 for the second time. Because, yes, I know, I like Borderlands 3 better than Borderlands 4. 100%. No, you have to plug in 2 USBs. 2! The mouse and the keyboard. And you need the flat space for the mouse and keyboard, right? With my PlayStation, I can sit on the floor, sit on a beanbag where I've got like a TV and just plug it in and not have to worry about the cat running all over the keyboard and pawing at the keyboard. And I just got the controller in my hand. It's just so easy. Oh, you can download it on yeah, I'm not even going to download it. I'm just, first off, because I am Corpus, and we in the Corpus have banned that game. I don't have that. See, now we're getting complicated, because now you're saying you get a mouse and keyboard combo. All right, now we're making things even more complicated. All right, you're just making it way too complicated. All right, I got a mouse and keyboard, separate, Razer. You may keep it way too complicated. Meow, 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 meow. Okay? You're making it way too complicated. With PS4 or PS5, all I gotta do is push the button and the controller's ready to go. Okay? Now, the problem is, by the way, let me just add this. Which is actually something that Steam... Yeah, but that means now I gotta go buying stuff, and you know what? I got the console. By the way, I need to make a second run through this game, so I got a trophy I have to do that I skipped something. Yeah, but that doesn't solve the problem of needing a spot to put the keyboard and the mouse. With the controller, all you gotta do is hold the controller. With the mouse and keyboard, you can't put this on your lap. Right? I could play a video game, like I said, sitting on a couch or on the floor without any flat spaces with a controller in my hand. It's a lot easier. I also suck. All right, fine. I also suck with mouse and keyboard. I will admit it. I suck with mouse and keyboard. Okay? I can't do the mouse and keyboard thing. I've tried multiple times. There are too many buttons involved. I want to get better at mouse and keyboard because I know mouse and keyboard are supposed to be phenomenal for first-person shooters. But I can't do it. But there's a trophy that Watch Global's Rise to Fame. I did not buy him the drum in my first run, so I have to play the game a second time and watch his rise to fame. So this is my second run for this game. I did, however, get all the glow box trophies. But I won't deny it. I suck with mouse and keyboard. I can't do it. I gotta practice, but then I get frustrated because, like, okay, I have very little time to game. Well, I'm gonna spend all that time trying to figure out how to use a mouse and keyboard.
Hey, look, you got a scanner on the bounty suit? You might as well use it.
One corrects with controller about many replay. The thing is, I've heard people say that, and I have been very, very lucky because this is a DualSense Edge that I have. I mean, this thing has gotten so much abuse. This thing has gotten so much abuse, and it has never been a problem. Okay, I have Xbox controllers that you look at them and you go, a Razer controller. So this is the DualSense Edge. I have Xbox controllers from Razer that are beaten and abused and just absolutely, I don't know how they've survived, and yet they work perfectly fine. Like, they have gotten so much abuse. For some reason, my controllers do. This thing has dropped multiple times from like 2 feet up onto hard floor because Min has dropped it, and yet somehow I don't know. I just have good luck, knock on wood, with controllers so far. I mean, this thing is expensive, so one hopes it would survive.
Nice, we're really flying, huh? Really cool stuff, bounty hunter, like we're flying.
Now, I said, look.
This definitely must be the right way because, you know, we haven't gone this way yet, you know?
All right, damn it! I needed to switch guns. This isn't gonna work. So. All right, where am I going? This game is small. Damn, I just died. This game is small, but I have to say my only real problem with this game is there's no like fast travel. So you can get, it's really, then there's no map. So it's hard to find the portal again. So because the portal is not fast travelable, you can't like leave a map just because you want to move on to you want to go back to your base. I also really like Gus. Gus, I can oftentimes get 1 kills with Gus. But I'm trying to decide what game to do next after that. Well, I still have to do the DLC for High on Life. Which is called High on Life, and honestly, I'll admit it, one of the games that I'm looking forward to is the sequel. Hey Sadie, so apparently you've been spying on me with Min. You have Min spying for you now? Really? I thought she was my baby. What? One sec. Oh, I played the first one, but I haven't played it. I haven't played it in a while. And the second, yeah. Thing is, I'll probably find something unusual that people don't expect. Like, I've been wanting to play Biomutant. So, a sec. I think this sequel to this is coming out next year. So I found out this trick. What you do is you go to every office desk. And you change it to lug locks. So yes, I used a YouTuber to help me figure out
Oh, we should check out the lug locks.
right here. But I already have everything. Oh, yeah, we found out. Yeah, we found out your secret. Okay, 1 sec. But, okay. But yeah, I do have it. I think I have a physical copy.
We're like a drone.
So this is High on Life. This is the game made by like the Rick and Morty people who made Rick and Morty. I think one of the voice actors was in Rick and Morty, which is why the thing is, okay,
I'm the John.
even if you find the characters and the guns in this game annoying, they can be at times a little annoying. They still fit their first off, let me just say this. First off, the story for this is surprisingly good. Because at one point, I mean, if you don't want me to spoil it, I'll wait. So, while first off, you can, I'm told, I haven't done it because I don't really, you can lower the amount of gun chatter. So I have the gun chatter and the enemy chatter to frequent, right? But you can actually lower that. The thing is, I don't even notice it after a while. It kind of, you get used to ignoring dialogue of characters, right? So I don't even notice it half the time. Okay, so they can be a little babbly, but first off, yeah, you can also, if you want, lower it to that. But I don't have a problem with it. I think one of the first things about this game that I find really impressive is the creativity involved in the game. So there is a attention to detail in this game that you don't see in a lot of modern games. Like, there are posters on the walls. Every corner has something in it that just makes you, like I said, that fits the world and the style, and like they didn't leave anything empty or like ignored. The characters can be very annoying if you listen to them, right? The gun characters can be a little bit annoying after a while. However, one thing that stands out is they, first off, this, to be like I said, if you don't look, if anybody minds spoilers, I'm gonna give spoilers for High on Life. All right, so I'm just warning you now. I'll wait a minute, just so if anybody, tell me no, don't give any spoilers. But the story is very, very deep, surprisingly so, and the characters, each one of the guns has their own unique personality that, even if you find it annoying, it's not like it fits in the world. It's not like Nimbus, from the Cloud Strider from Destiny 2, who does not sound like he fits in the world of Destiny. Okay, first of all, we all know why Nimbus exists, all right? Let's just be clear. We all know why Nimbus was created for Destiny 2. It's for activism and for their own stupid agenda. We all know that. That's the only reason they made they, them, whatever, and they tried out to come up with a way to fit it in. The only difference is, that we all know that. So that alone makes Nimbus annoying as hell. Just the fact they're like, we need to put our non-binary in our video game because screw you, MAGA. Yeah, okay. Nobody liked Nimbus. Nobody liked your they, them nonsense. I think the one thing that has fallen off in acceptance more than anything else is the they, them nonsense. You come to me and you want me to call you they, them, I will just laugh at you and walk away. I won't do it, all right? The they, them thing, okay? But we all know that. But on top of that, the problem with Nimbus was Nimbus didn't fit in the world of Destiny. Nimbus sounds like he came from our world. His dialogue, his behavior, everything fit our world. And that's one of the problems. You need to make characters that fit the world of Destiny. As I've said, Nimbus is exactly like having Viso in Warframe say, for Jesus. And everyone would look at you even the most Christian of Christians, if you had Viso say, oh no, the only experience I had is one person got really mad at me on X because I called Nimbus a he. And there's like, well, first of all, Nimbus isn't real. So, oh my god. And second of all, they, them is stupid. But if Viso in Warframe, the Corpus Viso, were to shout for profit, not for profit, if Viso were to shout for Jesus, even the most strict Christian would look at you like you've lost your mind. It doesn't make sense for Viso to say Jesus. And it's the same thing with Nimbus. Oh, some poor guy got bombarded by idiots for using the wrong pronouns for a character in Warframe, and he lost his glyph in the game because, of course, Digital Extremes bent over backwards for the they-them freaks. Lost, and I like the guy's channel, Nightmare Frame. I like Nightmare Frame. I watch Nightmare Frame's videos. He used the wrong pronouns. Well, you little shits, I'm going to use the wrong pronouns for your beloved. I don't even remember the name of the stupid character, but I'm not going to use the stupid pronouns. If you want to be called they, them, I'm going to laugh at you. All right, that's it. All right, but apparently Nightmare Frame used the wrong pronouns for a fictional character. Okay. Nimbus isn't even, I don't even, but some guy used the wrong pronouns for a fictional character, and the pronoun freaks lost their mind, whined at Digital Extremes, and Digital Extremes removed his glyph from the game. So screw you, you freaks. And then you have the people going, we're not the bullies. Yeah, you're the bullies. So Nimbus makes no sense for Destiny. Anyway, that's totally off topic. Nimbus doesn't make any sense for Destiny, right? Even if whether you like him or not, he does not fit Destiny. His dialogue doesn't fit Destiny. Everything about him doesn't fit Destiny. He sounds like a character, like I said, it would be like Jesus, like Viso calling out for Jesus. Okay. At least the guns, as annoying as they can be at times, fit the world, and each one of them has their unique personality. So when you start the game, by the way, all right, here are the spoilers, all right? When you start the game, you start with this guy, all right? His name is Gary. Kenny, I forget their names. His name is Kenny. Okay, first off, just a serious question. Has anybody ever had a conversation with someone with pronouns in their bio and it's actually been intelligent? Because I'm telling you, every time I see some of the dumbest, stupidest things ever heard said on X, the moment I click on their bio, there's always pronouns. Every single time. I have not yet had an intelligent conversation with a human being and click on it and find pronouns. And this includes people I know, like, in real, like, no. I have never seen an intelligent sentence, and it's always so predictable, too. They always say the exact same things, and you just start laughing at them. They usually always respond. If you say something about pronouns, well, you used you and I and whatever, and those are pronouns, too. Okay, yeah, you're being stupid on purpose, okay? I genuinely, you want to be like, okay, there are exceptions. I can't find a single exception to if you have pronouns in your bio, you're not stupid. Like, to the point where I do not argue with people that dumb. I will screenshot their bio and say, I think I'm not even sure I'm supposed to say it on YouTube. The R word, take obvious pronouns, and then just mute the person. I have muted so many people because. So no, Look, the only reason I could think of somebody putting pronouns is they're just tired of, like, for example, like, if it's not obvious and they want people to know. But honestly, at this point, I have not genuinely. Oh no, yeah, I'm the same. I've reached the point where if I see somebody, okay, I have learned this valuable lesson. My apologies, I should be playing the game. I have learned this valuable lesson from interacting with people on X, that there are some conversations that aren't even worth having. That if somebody says something so ridiculously dumb, all you do is say, no, that's wrong, and walk away. Because you are not going to have an intelligent. I just watched a video about why are they getting so violent. It's because they can't have a reasonable discussion because their ideas are so stupid, okay, that they can't have a conversation. So all they do is they shout insults and threats. I have had conversations where people, where I will argue with someone who will be like, you're an Islamophobe or whatever, and I will completely ignore it. Do not even try to defend it. Okay? I don't even try to, if somebody calls me an ist or a phobe or whatever, I completely ignore it because I know they do that to throw off the conversation. I also know that a lot of these people want attention. So sometimes my response will be, congratulations, you got your 5 minutes of attention, then I'll mute them. I have muted so many people because there are some conversations that the moment you start debating, you give what they're saying value. That's why I've said multiple times, the whole thing with the sports and the male and female sports, okay? The whole debate with the sports should never have reached this level. It should have been laughed out of the room. There are a lot of things that we have debates about right now, today, that should never have reached this far. Everyone should have just looked at it and went, that is stupid, and walked out. Which is one of the reasons why I will never make it in politics. As much as I would love to be governor of New Jersey and actually be, a smart, sane, normal Muslim instead of the crazy lunatics we get right now, I know for a fact that no one will want me as a political candidate because I'm too blunt and I don't give a damn. So if somebody comes to me and says something really, really dumb, I'm just gonna just be like, no, absolutely, I can't debate, I can't argue. There's some things I've learned. I will not be polite to somebody because they want to argue with me something stupid. If somebody, like I said, if somebody comes to me and say, boys should compete in female sports, I'm just gonna be like, you're stupid, and walk away. I'm not gonna waste my time. So, all of that aside, so anyway, the spoilers for this game, because this game actually is very, very interesting. So you start the game with this gun here. This is Kenny, okay? This is the first gun you meet. So you start out, so basically the story of the game is this cartel called the G3 wants to use human beings as drugs, okay? The G3 cartel uses humans as drugs. And so they invade Earth. And you meet Kenny, and Kenny is basically the start on your whole adventure, right? Kenny is the first one to do it. So Kenny, at some point, comes to you, and it's very good because he comes to you and he says, so his home planet is called Gatlia. No, that's why you're right. There's a reason why men and women do not compete against her. They're completely different. This is stupid. Don't waste my time. If you actually genuinely believe there's no difference between male and female, there's no point in arguing with you. You're stupid. As I said, I got to email back and forth with someone once where they told me that the only reason women are physically weaker than men is because of the patriarchy. Like, first of all, that is very insulting to someone like me who works very hard, and yet I will never be as strong as the guys I work with, all right? And second of all, this idiot said that my knowledge of medicine is backwards and outdated. This person was a voice actor, okay? Oh yeah, I'm sure you are the hub of intellect. You voice video game characters. Okay? So, no, I said, no, just, anyway, that aside. Okay, so like I said, the game is about, basically, the G3 cartel uses humans as drugs. The human body, somehow, they use it as a drug to get high. Okay, that's why it's called high on life, okay? You meet Kenny in the beginning. He's with one of the aliens that invades Earth, right? And what's interesting is, late in the game, Kenny comes to you, and Kenny says, can we have a private conversation? Can you leave? Because you collect other Gatlians, all right? See, I got three of them right now, right? He comes to you because you find a gun called Let's Do It, right? And Let's Do It is damaged, very badly damaged. So you take Let's Do It, and when you find Let's Do It, oh no, Behemoth, trust me, I know from work experience and seeing it for myself. I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. I am not dumb. And let me just be clear. I work in a job that's very physical. Look, I do the majority of the small stuff because I know that I need to rely on the guys to do the bigger stuff. So I do as much of the small as possible to relieve them of that so that whatever I can't do is a limited tiny amount. Okay? I'm not stupid. These kids are stupid. And the fact that we are teaching the younger generation that there's no difference between male and female means it's going to destroy our medical science. If you have kids going through the science and medical system right now thinking that there's no difference between male and female, that is literally like somebody saying 0 equals 0 when I feel like it. When I feel like it, 0 can equal 1. Math is not possible if you change the value of 0. You start changing the value of 0 based on your mood, and you don't like just whenever you want. You start talking medicine, where you say male and female are identical. Medicine is not possible. We even know for the fact that certain drugs affect men and women differently. This is why they push for drug trials based on sex. Okay, so you want to be that dumb? We have that's why one of the reasons why I'm very much now against this whole insanity, because after interacting with someone who is like 23 years old and having this person tell me in genuine belief, and the thing is, this wasn't in front of a whole online conversation, so he wasn't doing it for virtue signal points. She was doing it privately, one-on-one, right? No virtue sign. This person genuinely believes the reason women are physically weaker than men is because of the patriarchy. She thinks that a trans man is just a woman, is just a man with gynecomastia. Are you stupid? Like, flat, the science cannot function that way. You cannot do science when you cannot even tell the difference between male and female. That's my thing. Anyway, as I keep getting distracted. Okay. The story of this game is this. Humans are being used as drugs by the G3 cartel. You're on Earth with your sister. Your parents are away when the aliens come. You find Kenny. Kenny's the first gun you run into. Then you start collecting more guns. As you play the game, right? First off, each one of the guns has their own unique personality. Don't get me wrong, if they can be annoying at times for people, they don't stop talking. That's why it's a good thing if you want, you could lower the talk. But each one of them is, what's really good about it is each one of them is a unique personality. It's not blank. This is very creatively well done. No woke-tard could do this, okay? Every character, every gun is unique, very different, and their own personality. You could tell from their dialogue. But anyway, at one point in the game, you rescue a Gatlian, because that's what they're called. They're called Gatlians. You rescue a Gatlian named Let's Do It. Okay, and Let's Do It is very badly damaged. He's unconscious. He's not talking. So Kenny comes to you. Well, he's in your hand. He's a gun. Kenny says, "Can you leave the other Gatlians behind? We need to have a private conversation. I need to talk to you because this is going to come out. Because we found Let's Do It." So you and him go and you have a conversation at Space Applebee's, where he tells you that the reason his home planet, Gatlia, was destroyed and everyone was killed through a crazy zombie virus is all his fault. He says that an alien ship crashed on his planet, and he was curious and excited to see what the rest of the world was like. And in the process, he, by mistake, revealed to the G3 cartel the location of their home planet. So then, realizing, because the only gun he had ever told before about his involvement, his part in the destruction of their home planet, was Let's Do It. The gun you just found, Let's Do It, who's damaged beyond words right now. And Gene, the bounty hunter who teaches you and like takes you under his Gene is trying to fix Let's Do It. So you and he have the conversation, then you go back, and Kenny tells all the rest of the Gatlians who don't know that he was involved in the destruction of Gatlia. He tells them how. He's like, look, I didn't mean for this to happen. I was curious. I was naive. I wanted to see what was beyond, in space. And in the process, I, by mistake, told the G3 the location of our planet. And the G3, infected them and destroyed the planet. And so you have all the other guns and him trying to deal with the realization that someone that they have known for most of the game as a friend, all of them know each other, everyone likes Kenny because they don't know what he did. Then you find out that Let's Do It can't even talk anyway. So Kenny's like, I didn't even have to tell you. And they're like, wait, you weren't even going to tell us if you'd known that Let's Do It can't speak, because all Let's Do It can say is Let's Do It. Let's Do It's vocal is damaged. Let's Do It is damaged still. It's an OP gun that you only get for one mission. So there's a lot of actual depth to the story when you play it, because you realize that Kenny's first off, it's finding out that Kenny did this horrifically, he didn't do it on purpose, but his actions indirectly led to the destruction of their home planet. So if all these other Gatlians trying to deal with finding out that Kenny is the one that they've been friends with for most of the game, is the reason why they don't have a home planet and everyone they know is dead. Eventually they get together and they realize they have to defeat the G3 cartel, and they work it through. But for such a silly looking, light-hearted, full of curses, loud like game, there's a lot of depth to the game. There's also the story. So Gene Zaruthian is the bounty hunter. So when you first, so basically he transports, so they have these warp thingies. So when the aliens come to Earth, Kenny has you rescue like a warp drive, a warp disk, right? And your house is transported from Earth to Blim City. And he's like, okay, we need to fight the, so Kenny's telling you at the beginning, Kenny's like, we need to fight the G3 cartel. If you want to protect your planet, you need to stop the G3 cartel. And he's like, what you need to find is the great bounty hunter, Gene Zaruthian, right? And you find him, and he's a double amputee with one damaged eye, and he's like drunk half the time, right? And they're like, you're Gene Zaruthian? Right? They cannot believe it. And so Gene's like, I've got my old bounty hunting suit. You collect it from him. But what's interesting is your sister in the game, Lizzie, falls in love with an alien. And then the whole time Gene is telling you, his name is Tweeg, that you need to watch out for this alien, I can't remember what type of alien he is, that you know, they will take advantage of your sister, and you need to be, you know, you shouldn't trust him, right? And your sister Lizzie's like, I'm like 17. I can, you know, you know, I'm old enough to make decisions for myself. Anyway, you're sitting out inside the Applebee's when you see Lizzie, your sister, kidnapping the boyfriend alien that the whole time Gene has been warning you about, because she feels like the relationship isn't going right and she wants to go on a space trip with him. So she kidnaps him on his like space Winnebago or whatever it is. And you see that you see how Lizzie and Gene hated each other's guts at the beginning and how they become friends over time. And it's actually really, really good. It's a really, like I said, the story for such a silly game is actually very good. And I was surprised by several of the turns in the game. When you come upon, I'm surprised by the several turns in the game. When you suddenly find out, then it is a Winnebago because it's like Lone Star. When you suddenly, it's like, it's actually very, very good. I was actually impressed by the story, because you don't expect a lot of the things that happen in the story to happen. I have to say, my only main issue with this game is the worlds are small, but you lose track of where the portal is. So there's no map. And there's no fast travel, so it's very hard to find the portal again when you want to move on to a different world. When you're doing the story guides you through it, so you start at one location, you end up back at the portal at the end of the mission, right? But when you come back again to, for example, collect the missing chests that you missed or whatever, it's very hard. But it's actually, like I said, I have to say, I'm actually very impressed. If they keep up the quality of this game for the second game, this is gonna be one of those games that I'm gonna pick up on launch. Absolutely gonna pick it up on launch because I have to say I'm surprised by how good it is. In fact, let's see. I mean, my only thing is, I think it's only on Xbox at launch, which is a good thing I have an Xbox. Wait a minute. One sec. It's coming out in 2026. I gotta watch this later then. Because it's saying High on Life 2 is coming, and this is only 2 weeks ago. So this is a recent update. We were talking about the video game High on Life, which I'll show you. So, like I said, I've been trying to. You want to know my real inspiration when it comes to gaming is Hypnotic. Okay, not Hypnotic is one of my favorite in the world of gaming because he games a lot and he beats a lot of games. And so I realized watching Hypnotic that I need to start actually beating games. So I was like, all right, Hypnotic is my inspiration. Okay. Doubt he's ever watching, but Hypnotic, if you are my inspiration for what I'm doing. So I wanted to get the Platinum Trophy for High on Life, because you know what? So I was just talking about the story, because like I said, the story is surprisingly well done and deep for something that's made by Rick and Morty. Like, I've never watched Rick and Morty. Well, because there's a sequel coming out. I am 2 trophies away from getting the platinum. So the first one I need to get is I need to watch Globo's Rise to Fame, which means I need to replay the game a second time. And then this one here, Mods Please Ban. I'm not sure how to do that one. Yeah, I'm a proud member of the Bigot Army. But I mean it. Hypnotic has kind of pushed me to start beating games. My only problem is I have a serious problem with games that take 200 and 300 hours to beat. Like, I'm working on the Borderlands 3, and Borderlands 4 is boring, and it takes forever, and this is short, small. The world, like I said, the world is... I will look into Rick and Morty then, because the story... look, I said I'm spoiling the game, but I'm telling you, when you find out about Kenny, that blew my mind. Because you think this game is so lighthearted and silly and stupid and just plain silly and stupid, right? You're saving Earth from drug dealers and humans are the drug. And then you find out about the Gatlians and Kenny's role in the fall of Gatlia. And you're like, damn. So no, and even if you find the characters annoying, at the very least, the characters each have their own unique personality, which is a lot to be said for a lot of the new, more modern stuff, where a lot of characters just come across as token characters, or they come across as pulling people off of TikTok, where the character's based on TikTok. This game takes place in its own world, with its own unique characters, its own unique art direction. Bungie, you can learn something from this. Oh, me too. I'm every kind of phobe and ist. I also, you know what? By the way, I got my biggest compliment ever. I was called a garbage ableist because I didn't think people would need to wear glasses in the world of Destiny 2. And then this person was like, disabled people exist. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm a center... all about free speech. Oh no, I'm 100% all about free speech. I'm just saying, the thing is, I'm 100% all about free speech, okay? 100% all about free speech. This is me. I have already said multiple times in the past, and let me be absolutely clear, I've said multiple times in the past, I do not believe and support the removal of games from Steam, okay? Okay? I have repeatedly said, do not support the removal of game. What do you mean I'm fancy? I'm fancy? We're offended on behalf of... I've had people get offended to me on behalf of fictional characters. Yes. Yeah, would need glasses. No, but not even... The thing is, not even regular people will need glasses. The thing that people don't understand is medicine advances. My own uncle is involved. So the person starts insulting me because I said that glasses in the world of Destiny 2 wouldn't make sense. So they do make sense. I stand corrected. They make sense for Lodi. Lodi came from the past. So Lodi is still fresh from the past, okay? I agree. I was wrong about that. But this person was talking in general, all right? My uncle, when I finally pointed out, because this person called me ableist garbage, okay? My uncle is an eye surgeon, all right? My uncle, like 2 decades ago, okay, didn't like the laser eye surgery. Now he does it. He comes to America. He attends conferences about all different types of about medical procedures for eye surgery. Then he takes it back to Egypt, okay? our ability to repair human vision is improving year after year after year. This person told me they have an eye condition that hasn't been cured yet. So who am I to deny their existence? And I'm like, it hasn't been cured yet, you idiot. Destiny takes place hundreds of years in the future. You want me to believe, even with the Dark Ages, that the majority, that they don't have a lot more advanced technology than we do. Okay? No, they do. It's the same thing with most other sci-fi video games, all right? That's one of the reasons why I will admit I was wrong. So when I need to go back to writing about the corpus, because I love writing about them. I actually underestimated the capabilities of medicine to advance in the corpus. And I need to rewrite several things because I was wrong, because I actually did some research with Grok on how medicine would advance by the time of the corpus. And that the corpus would basically, even if you got run through with a sword, you'd probably be off your feet for maybe a day. And then you'd be even massive blood loss. The advances in medicine are so high that by the time the corpus comes along, okay, they will be repairing spines and everything. So no, but so the thing is, the number of people who've also, like I said, because Ulala5, you're saying the people get offended. Did you hear about Nightmare Frame? The most people in Destiny have not heard about Nightmare Frame. Nightmare Frame does Warframe. Nightmare Frame lost his glyph or emblem or something, I can't remember which one it was, from Warframe. You want to know why? Because he misgendered one of the characters in Warframe. Oh my god, he misgendered a fictional character and called it like he instead of they. The horror, and the pronoun freaks went crying to digital extremes that they didn't use the right, Nightmare Frame didn't use the right pronouns, and so yeah. I had somebody one person get mad at me for not calling Nimbus they them. No, I'm not gonna do that shit. So the thing is, I'm not, like I said, me and I can go back and forth with Grok and modify it and stuff and be like, but even at the bare minimum, no, it's stupid.
I don't want to be pushy or anything, but maybe try my dick shot every now and again, you know? My dick. Another way.
Where? Oh, where's the sniper? But yeah. No, oh no, he used the wrong pronouns for a fictional character that doesn't exist. Whatever shall we do? The horror. I So, like, I am just worried about the second game because this game kept everything. I mean, as far as I know, this game does not have any stupid nonsense in it. It's just a fun game that will insult. So yeah, this is why I will never be allowed to be a partner with. In fact, I honestly think I've been blacklisted by a lot of the Warframe community because there are people I have never interacted with who are involved in Warframe, right? Who have blocked me, and I'm like it blows my mind. Where I'm like, oh, so I hurt somebody's fifis, and now all the Warframe people don't like me. Oh, trust me, I have been called, so for example, I have been called bro, dude. I mean, my favorite was some Warframe person getting so mad at me because I was criticizing Pride. And I was just pointing out the hypocrisy of it and that nobody cares. And this person said that I was definitely a man, that there was no way I was a woman, that I was not a Muslim, that I was a Republican man. And then everyone comes into the comments and goes, bro, she live streams. And then another person who could not cope with a Muslim woman who voted MAGA and does not hide the fact that she voted MAGA. She's like, there's no way a Muslim woman would be a Republican Trump supporter, right? He's like, you're a bot. Again, everyone was like, she live streams. It's pretty obvious. It's not even like I'm a man trying to pass. There's no doubt about my femaleness, okay? But the one who just kept responding with, you're a bot, you're not real, you're a bot, you're not real. It's like, oh, okay. So you just are incapable accepting the fact that, you know, Trump won the Muslim vote. He actually did win the Muslim vote. I know it's hard. I know you confuse. I know you're confused. Okay, so this is the truth. It's like with Warframe. It's like with Destiny, okay? The true Warframe players are not on Twitter whining and crying and screaming, okay? The true Warframe players are too busy playing Warframe to go on Twitter and look at pictures of I've never even understood half of this stuff, okay? Most of the time, like I said, I avoid it because it's just like fanfic. Where it's like, you do realize that Warframes aren't. They're meat suits, right? Okay. The funny thing is, I'm not even breaking programming. We know for a fact that Trump won Dearborn, Michigan. Trump won it. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe it's because you're confusing the pro-Palestine people with the Muslims or something. As I said, look, I am the only thing. Okay, the only thing I am against is anything the kitty harm stuff, right? And I can understand now. I will admit it. I was wrong. I used to think incitement should be considered free speech, but I admit I am wrong. The incitement and pushing for violence against individual people has gone too far, and we need to start limiting that. I used to be, because I had an argument with, I think, actually with Shadow, where I said that free speech is everything. And if you want to say you're going to harm so-and-so or harm so-and-so, you should be allowed to say it. Now I'm beginning to realize, having seen for like a year now, so much going on, I've realized that no, I was probably wrong. So those are the only two things that I have an issue with when it comes to free speech. You want to insult me for being a Muslim? Go right ahead. I don't care. Right? I've seen it's hard being there are people on the MAGA side who don't like me for being a Muslim. Go right ahead. All right? There are people who don't like me for whatever reasons. You know what? Go right ahead. I have learned at this point not even to. I used to argue with some of them to correct them on their wrong views about Islam, and now at this point I don't care. I have reached the point where I don't care. I just want to be left alone. You want to think I am a crazy, oppressed victim who's suffering under the oppression of my father, who, because I don't have a husband and he doesn't let me leave the house and all of that, go right ahead. I don't care. All right, and you can post whatever you want. Okay? I believe fully in free speech because one of the things you need to understand is that your popular opinion today will be the unpopular one tomorrow. Okay? Free speech, that's why I believe in criticizing every country. I've criticized Palestine and Israel both. And I've gotten hate, honestly, from Muslims more than any other. And not even Muslims. No, let me correct that. I'm not from Muslims. From people with Palestinian flags in their bios. 90% of them are not Muslim. Okay? I believe in criticizing anybody. I believe in free speech. Okay? As I said, I mute a lot of people. I just go ahead and I mute them. I don't care at this point. Okay? I'm not going to waste my time arguing with someone who I know we're not going to get to any agreement, or if I think you're stupid, or I think someone dropped you on the head as an infant, because clearly thinking some of the things that people do, you really have to be broken in your brain. Okay, I'm just like I said. I fully look. You're looking at the person. All right, everybody keeps talking about how religious people. Because I made a YouTube video about it, and honestly, my only frustration is the reason I get frustrated that my videos don't get a lot of views is simply because I feel like my views will break people. Because I'm tired of people saying, "Well, Melanie Mack was all for this and that, and she's religious," and I'm like, "Excuse me, I'm extremely religious, and I don't believe any video game should be banned." Okay, I did not support Steam banning games. I did not support the credit card processors banning games. Do I buy NC-17 games? Absolutely not. I have never bought an NC-17 game. I'm not interested. I don't even know how to unlock it on Steam. I know Hypnotic said you have to unlock it on Steam to even see these games. I'm not interested in them. You know what I do that might come as a shock to a lot of these whiny babies who don't like it? I don't buy it. I didn't say you should ban Ghost of Yotai. I didn't buy it. Okay, I've never called for the banning of woke games. Now I have a problem when you take woke and you put it into an existing franchise and you destroy the existing franchise. Dragon Age, Star Trek, Star Wars, Destiny. When you take an existing franchise and you shove your activism in onto our video game, I have a problem. But you know what? You want to make a woke video? Dustborn? Hell, I probably am one of the few people who actually paid for Dustborn. Give me a sec, because this will shock people. I'll show you my crazy collection of video games. Alright. Welcome to Kat's crazy collection of video games then. Melanie Mack doesn't like me, and I've never really interacted with her because she doesn't like me because I'm Muslim. Alright. I will not interact with her because I know she doesn't like me. I've actually interacted with a couple of other people who never had a problem with me, but Melanie Mack, I remember her saying something about Muslims, and I was like, I'm just not going to intrude. I don't care. So I don't really know. All I know is what I heard from other people. But introducing Kat's crazy collection of video games that will all die, and nobody bought, and the reason I bought them was because nobody else bought them, and they will go up in value. Starting with Skull and Bones. Yes, this, Mad Little Pixel? Mad Little Pixel posted on... Mad Little Pixel's a great follow on YouTube because he will often post on his community comments, sales and deals in gaming. And so he posted that Best Buy was selling this game for $10. It is a Skull and Bones only at Best Buy version for $10. I got it from Best Buy. Okay. Yeah. I figured that one is just like $10. Look, it's still sealed. Okay? Then this was on ridiculously low price sale also. So I figured since it's going to also be another rare, hard to find game that no one will buy and in the future might be of value, this one. Okay. It's still also sealed because it probably be more valuable if it's sealed. Then, because I knew no one was buying this one, and I knew getting a physical copy, okay, okay, Unknown Nine Awakening. Not even side-scrollers. Not even Stuttering Craig has a copy of this one. Unknown Nine Awakening. How many people have this one? How many people have a copy of Unknown Nine Awakening, huh? Telling you, this is my retirement. When I retire, I'm going to be selling Unknown Nine Awakening. Another really rare one that almost nobody owns and will probably go up in value. Forspoken. Again, you can see none of these have been opened because I figure their value will go up in price if you keep them sealed. Forspoken. This one definitely nobody has. I know not even Stuttering Craig has. I think Stuttering Craig actually has this one. Dustborn. Still sealed. This is the PS5. This one, it has a whole bunch of stuff because it's thicker. It includes stickers and postcards and oh joy. Dustborn. Okay. I figured another one that will pay for my retirement. It's sealed. I'm not going to open it. I'm never going to play it. I just figured it would and then finally I have one up on Stuttering Craig. I think Stuttering Craig is awesome, but I got 2 copies Craig, I got 2 copies. I showed it to him already. I already posted a picture of the two. I have 2 copies of Concord. Okay? 2 copies of Concord. All right. Anyway, yes, you're right. Faith is... Look, the reason I bring up the fact that... The reason I'm frustrated that my video didn't get a lot of views is because most people assume that somebody like me, okay, people will look at me and go, oh, she probably supports NC-17 games being banned off of Steam. Oh, she wears hijab. She must not like nudity in video games and she thinks they should be banned. Yes, I am definitely in competition with studying Craig to get the shittiest games in con. But the reason I get frustrated, look, on the one hand, I don't want to be a big YouTuber. I don't want to be, because I see the amount of hate people get and it's very stressful and I want to keep my personal life and I have a job and I just don't want to deal with it. But on the other hand, like I said, people look at me, all right, and they assume, oh, she's a Muslim and she wears hijab. She must support censorship and banning certain video. No. I already made a video about it ages ago. Didn't get much views, but I already made a video. I will, and see, I don't buy it. When it comes down to it, I don't buy it, okay? I don't buy it. I don't buy NC-17 games, okay? I don't. I'm not interested in games with graphic scenes in them, okay? I'm not interested. So you know what? I don't say you shouldn't buy them. I'm not God. It's not my job to police you, okay? Same. Like I said, I just don't buy it, okay? I don't buy it. Yeah, you don't like it, don't buy it. I don't understand this whole attitude that if you don't like something, you need to ban it from everybody else. Okay? So, the only reason I'm frustrated that... Yeah, I've seen Gremlins. It's actually a very good movie. There's actually a sequel, too. So, that's my... Oh, no, I've seen it. I know it. It's actually a very old movie. I've also seen the sequel. It's just been years since I've seen it. But, yeah, I know what movie you're talking about. We even have, but no, like I said, the only reason I wish my video had gotten more notice is simply because it will break people's brains. The moment they go, oh, she definitely agrees with, Collective Shout. No, I don't. And I wish I could catch their attention just to give them the middle finger and be like, hey, Collective Shout. Why aren't you doing anything else about what's going on in Australia? What about Giggle versus Tickle, Collective Shout? I thought you cared about women, but you don't care about collective, what's it called?
I mean, like, I know a little bit. I mean,
why didn't you help Giggle versus Tickle, huh? Care so much about women? You're in Australia? Clearly you don't. So, I just like the thought of me breaking people's...
You gotta be kidding me. It's fucking Helen.
Oh, you're the bounty hunter who stepped up and took charge in the office and killed my boss, Krubus. Very unorthodox leadership style, but you got results. Anyway, sorry, I need to let the G3 know you're here. Just my job, nothing personal. Feel free to have some candy.
What candy?
You're gonna set off the alarm.
Yep, I'm gonna set off the alarm. We've got an intruder. G3 are coming for you. Sorry.
Wait, I think it's a boss.
And I don't
Oh shit, here they come. You know, at least the elevator's working now.
Anyway, but yeah, that's the only reason. I like the thought of breaking their brains when they go, yeah. So, I mean, is it fun to see people saying nasty things? No, it's never fun. But again, if you ban certain things, then tomorrow what you like will be banned. So
That fucking hurts.
we can't have people policing speech or video games. I hear YouTube is going to be getting more strict or something about what's going on with what games you can play or something. I don't know. I mean, you need proof that I don't do this. Okay. One sec. Yeah, no, it's a great movie. I completely agree. I've seen it before. I haven't seen it in a while though, but I just have been busy playing this game, and I needed to. So, in order for me to find all the chests, I need to watch YouTube videos because I'm just not going to deal with that. I like this guy the most, Gus. Wham! But another one, oh god, my brain is freezing. There's some really good, like Ghostbusters is another one people watch. Afterlife was good. Rumble needs to make their platform more user-friendly. Okay? I right now am streaming on Kick, Twitter. No, sorry. Yeah, Twitter. A sec. I need to open Kick, but I am live streaming right now on Kick. Okay? I'm live streaming on... Rumble is a pain in the butt to get the stream to work. Okay? Rumble needs to get... You know, I wonder how... They lost their minds. They would lose their minds because they get offended by literally everything. And the thing is, I was listening to a video about the thing going on with retro achievements. And the thing is, once you bring the woke into your community, they start attacking each other too. Okay, they get offended over everything. Right? They get offended over everything. And so once you start letting them into your community, there's basically, your community is done. You need to kick them out. So retro achievements, my understanding is, so the problem is, okay, I realized this with the retro achievement thing, because they let the woke in, they gave into what the woke want, and you know what? That's going to destroy their game, their community. You let them in, the infighting is going to start, right? And that's it. You don't want them in. They just live for infighting. They get constantly offended. I mean, look at Blue Sky. Look at what happened to Blue Sky. Okay? It's they come in, they get perpetually offended over everything. They even start attacking each other. They are the last people you want involved in anything you do. They are... Oh, no, yeah, no. Yeah, and that whole thing about the stream codes is a pain in the butt to have to deal with, and half the time I can't even get it to work. That doesn't exist with Kick. That doesn't exist with Twitter. It doesn't exist with... And that's the problem. These stream codes are a pain in the butt. Why do you not need them with Kick? Why do you not need them with Twitch? Or, like, I'll admit it. I stream on Twitch for... But the thing is, so my understanding is the Retro Achievements community was very much into retro gaming, which is basically pretty based, and they were very much into retro gaming, right? Then a bunch of wokies who never even get involved started getting offended over a video game that has a bunch of insults in it.
Now let's poke around and see what kind of weird experiments they're doing.
No, I've never had that problem. I literally just, because I use Streamlabs OBS, I have it going on right now. I always change the title anyway, so, yeah, I'm good. I have like 6 followers on Kick right now. So, they came in, they got offended. Initially, they said this is an unbiased, we let any video games go, and then they bowed down and said, no, we cannot have hate speech. They threatened, and they got what they wanted. Don't let these people into your community. Don't. They are a plague. They are a plague on people.
No. Don't like this. Don't like this at all. Nope. This is not right.
The lab is separated into 3 sectors, each run by one of the Scram departments.
They get offended over everything, and they basically...
Would you like to do the honors? We're going to try to show up those cocky nerds in the weapons lab by fusing this human with some other aliens. Just hit the button.
So you just let anybody come in here and help with experiments? I'm gonna be honest, we're not qualified.
Look, I can do it myself if you don't want to. I'm just trying to be nice.
Oh, shit!
That wasn't supposed to happen.
You hit the button. It's on you. That was on you.
But yeah. There's something like... No, it doesn't do anything. On top of that, it generates interest. But no, but then you don't give in to them. That's the thing. And the moment you give in to them, you give them power. You make them realize that they have the ability to control you. Once you give them that, then they'll do it. They will destroy your community. That's why I agree. We need to gatekeep our hobbies. The moment we see somebody who's being a woke tard, who's getting offended, you just boot them out at this point. Oh my God, I was offended. Just boot them.
It may not be as cruel as our subject in the weapons lab, but it's still rather beautiful, isn't it? We call it a fur man, or maybe a hurdle. We haven't decided yet. Why am I telling you all this?
Look, I'll look into it further. Thank you. I said it's just I haven't looked at it in a while. Maybe they've changed it, but honestly, I say I don't like dealing with.
Who's the scientist here, me or you, huh?
But I'll look into it further. I appreciate it. I'll look into Rumble again further because I paid the $8 a month. If you're saying it's now free, I don't even have to pay them $8 because I don't want to pay the $8. But I'll look into it. But no, we just need to boot them out. Just boot them out. The moment they come in, just boot them out. They have no place. At this point, it's we have to. Because they will start... We have to. Or it will tear everything apart. They will then start getting offended over everything, tearing everything apart, getting mad over everything, and you can't. You just can't deal with them. There's no reason to have them around. I said that's why I feel bad for the retro achievements people, because like you just let in basically the zombie virus, rabies. It will start infecting everything. Now they'll start getting offended over everything retro, because come on, you really think that it's going to stop with Pokemon Clover? No, of course not. It's not going to stop with Pokemon Clover. I can't remember how I did this. So it's not going to stop with Pokemon Clover. It's going to start spreading. So you never listen to these people. You do not listen to these people. They are...
Jesus, it's been a fucking minute, hasn't it? See, dipshit, I always get you into the cool secret rooms.
You just...
Do it.
But no, that's what we eat. I mean, look how many... Apparently, it has a lot of Reddit jokes in it that a lot of the woke tards will get offended over, apparently. And so they got angry, and I don't know, I've never played it. All I know is, like, apparently... So this is my understanding. So apparently, this is what my understanding is, because I watched it on Side Scrollers, and then I watched the original person's YouTube channel, Melee Madness, I think it's called, where they were talking about. So apparently, Retro Achievements is a website or a thing where they create achievements for retro games. You can request a game to be made achievements for, and then they will pick them and they will make achievements. So one of the most popular games for achievements was Pokemon Clover. Pokemon Clover is apparently a modded remake of like Pokemon Red, I think. And apparently it has a lot of quote-unquote Reddit humor. I haven't played it. I said I try to avoid Pokemon games, though I do have this from years ago, and I'm thinking of using it. Okay. I haven't played Pokemon games in a while. I'm not into the Pokemon games right now. Okay. So actually, I ended up with the Pokemon the Pikachu one because it's a long story. I traded a digital copy of Red Dead Redemption 2 for a digital copy of the Pokemon game. Anyway, apparently the game it was requested so much, so Retro Achievements someone made an achievement set for Pokemon Clover. Then a bunch of people started whining, which apparently if you look at them, they're new, they haven't been there very long. They probably they got mad over memes. So apparently a bunch of people who were never even involved in Retro Achievements, they probably told all their friends to come and start complaining. And so the initial response was from the head of the main moderator, the admin, right? The person, not the person who created it, the admin said, "This is our view. We are a neutral site. We create what we want, if you don't like it." Basically, we're not here to decide. We will put everything out there. If you don't like it, you don't have to use it. Apparently, from what I understand, the creator of Retro Achievements, who wasn't even involved, he's left it for years now, and is just the owner of it, got death threats. And so he came out with a new statement where it's like, we do not tolerate hate speech, and they removed Pokemon Clover because apparently a whole bunch of people got butthurt and offended by the memes in Pokemon Clover. And the thing is, what you should have done was what you did at first and said, we will not remove it. We believe in preserving video games in their art form as they are. Take it or leave it. And that would have gotten rid of a lot of the people who are whining and complaining. Okay, you cannot let these people in. Wokies look, we're talking about the people who got mad at me for calling Nimbus. Yes, that's why you ignore them. The people who got mad at different armor sets. I heard about the Conquistador armor and the one about the other armor set in Final Fantasy XIV that I am purposely bought because they got butthurt over it. These people are like cockroaches. You cannot let them in. Once you have one or two of them, they then have multiple accounts and they bring in all their friends and they start getting offended over everything and they destroy your community so that nobody wants to get involved because everyone is afraid that they're going to get attacked by these woke-tards. You cannot let them in. They are a plague. They are cockroaches. They are unpleasant people. The moment somebody goes, I'm offended, you boot them out at this point. You tell them either to block or mute, shut up, enough. We cannot have these people. They ruin literally everything they touch. Okay? Like I said, these are the people who got angry at me for not calling Nimbus they. The people who got Nightmare Frame to lose his, I don't know if it was a glyph or an insignia or something, I can't remember exactly what it was, but got Nightmare Frame's thing removed from the game of Warframe because he misgendered, I can't even remember the name of the character because it's a Warframe that I rarely use. It's the one with the guitar, right? They got offended because he used the wrong pronouns, okay? These are the people, you will never make them happy. The moment you will be constantly walking on eggshells around these people because you'll be constantly afraid that you're going to offend them. Okay? And that you cannot. That is why we have to start gatekeeping against these people. If you get offended over everything, you don't belong. You don't belong. You are an unpleasant person to be around. Period. If somebody gets offended over gendered language, kick them out. If you say there's no female custodians and someone gets offended, boot them out. They don't belong. No, not Zaku. It's the recent one from Warframe 1999. The guy, 1989. The one with the guitar. I can't remember the name because I rarely use that Warframe. I like Zaku. I can't remember the name of the Warframe right now. I haven't played Warframe in like 2 weeks. It's the one with the guitar that came out with Warframe 1999, and it's like, dude, you first, Digital Extreme's response should have been to do nothing, ignore them. That's one of the things I've learned with these ex-people, right, that get mad at me for daring to say men are men and women are women. You just mute them and you move on. They want attention. They're spoiled brats. They think that if they start screaming, eventually they'll get what they want. And the problem is, they scream. They get it. And that's why everybody liked it when American Eagle, when they started screaming about Sydney Sweeney's jeans, and instead of bowing down, what did? They ignored it and moved on. And now you don't hear anybody whining and complaining about Sydney Sweeney has great jeans because they jump onto their next thing. So you just ignore them. And if they continue to complain and whine, you boot them out. We need to gatekeep our hobbies. They don't belong here. That's what I said about Bungie and Destiny. When I said if you haven't played Destiny 1, you don't belong here. Because we need to develop a gatekeeping. We need to gatekeep things. Flat out, we need to gatekeep things. Not really. I don't consider Gremlins to be a horror movie. I can't think of any. I really don't watch horror movies. I said a lot of stuff that people consider horror. I don't consider horror. I don't consider Ghostbusters horror. I don't consider Gremlins horror. I don't watch a lot of horror anyway because I'm more into the action, adventure stuff. So, I don't know. I'll admit I can't think of anything. But no, we do need to gatekeep our hobbies. We need to keep them out of gaming. Period. They don't belong here.
Sorry if this is one of your friends, Bounty Hunter. I bet it was one of your best friends. That's what. I just get this weird feeling, you know? I bet it was one of your best friends, no?
No, it started in the mid 2020. It started, I guess, 2018. Or like it's not that long ago. The thing is, okay, nobody wants to do basically the they them thing is just a way to be able to take on the trans label because it's the cool thing to be trans, but some people don't want to be full on trans, so they go by they them because they don't have to do anything at all. There are people who just look like women who don't do anything, or men who look like men who don't do anything either, who call themselves.
I think I'm gonna be sick. Oh my god, that's. I wonder if he's. Never mind. I gotta move. Wait, I think that one's alive.
So this game is High on Life. Right? So,
You look nice. My name's Creature. The bad guys did experiments on me and fucked me up real bad.
okay, then I didn't know they were doing the they them stuff in 2014 or 2015. But I'll believe you because I think the whole thing is stupid. I'm not as involved online as other people, so at least in 2014, 2015,
They take good care of me, holding me against my will, cutting me open.
but the they them thing is it's basically it's so don't tell me that it's oppressed because the people want, it's like we want to be a part of the team movement, so we're gonna go by they them, and we don't do anything to change ourselves. We just go by they them to be treated as special. And so no, that's why they do it. That's why I consider them. I hate this whole idea that you don't have to have a. But I believe you. Like I said, I was involved a lot in a lot of. I didn't know, but it probably wasn't as common. Oh no, I was on the anti-SJW thing for a very long time. I mean, I got into the anti-SJW thing. No, I remember when woke was called when woke was SJWs, right? And I remember because I listened to Sargon of Akkad back when he was Sargon of Akkad. I mean, he still is, but I knew him as Sargon of Akkad, and I got involved in watching him.
Hey, I don't want to be annoying, but you can use me to get into the weapons crafting center. Hope that's not annoying to say.
So, no, that's why when people are like, you only do this because you listen to Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers or something. It's like, no, I knew I was anti-SJW, anti-woke, long before I watched Geeks and Gamers. I was, like I said, I was calling them, we were calling them the SJWs. So I wasn't involved in Gamergate, but I heard about it. And like I said, I knew about the SJWs. And I remember playing Halo. This is before I even played Destiny. And being like, these people are so annoying. I knew about the BLM before it was this whole thing with Floyd. Because I remember them protesting. I remember watching a Sargon of Akkad video where he was talking about it. And they were talking about how some speaker was conservative. And they started, and it was the BLM were protesting. So I knew about the BLM long before everyone was talking about them as part of this. So, I was just, yeah. So I basically came in right after I'd say I would be the same. I came right after Gamergate. I knew about it. And then my first YouTube video that got noticed was the one about Gino Carano. Because I realized that most people, when you say to them, right, that I knew that because of what I am, they can't use the same arguments on me that they use on like Jeremy or something, where they're like, oh, you're just a straight white man, that's why you don't like it. Okay, well, I'm not a straight white man, and I think the SJW woke nonsense is stupid too. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You gonna call me? What are you gonna do? You're gonna get butthurt because someone who obviously isn't a straight white man doesn't agree, right? You can get mad at me because I don't agree with you? And so I've noticed the general attitude towards me is to ignore me. I get it. So, yeah, they were like, yeah, anyone who follows, the only reason is because they listened to Jeremy. No. Jeremy noticed me when I was talking about what happened to Gino Carano, right? But I have a lot, you can look back at all the videos I made. There are videos I have where I'm, like, talking about how, I'm not happy, where there was this video game coming out called Cyber something or other for the Switch, and everyone was losing their minds because, oh my god, it had women with big tits. And I was like, look, I don't care. I'm not gonna buy. It's not my thing. I'm not interested. But look, you can't ban it. You can't censor it because you don't like it. Just don't buy it. So you can look at my history. I have not changed on anything. Okay, I'm not. You can look at my history of videos, right? You can see for yourself where I stand on things.
Are we fighting some guys or just hanging out? I'm down for whatever.
Strong. Good thing I'm safe behind this glass.
Oh! You want my kids to fuck with that guy's mind. He'll go into a frenzy. Did I tell you they can do that? They can do that. Keep piling my kids on top of a guy? Think you do mind control shit? They can make the bad guys fight for us. Ah, shit. That mind control thing doesn't last very long. Sorry about that. I keep yelling at my kids.
Whereas no, well, I said, I'm a lifelong Republican. Okay, I haven't always voted Republican, but I have been registered Republican for a very long time, since I could vote. Okay, I have never hidden it. I'm MAGA Republican. Okay. And that probably, the thing is, the fact that Trump won a lot of the Muslims, and yet the people who have the Palestine, tells you that the majority of the people with those flags I mean, the thing is, when it comes down to it, right, most people, the reason I consider myself a Republican, right, is because there are some things that the left believe in that I will never, ever agree with. And so even if there's some things that I agree with, right? Because really, when it comes down to it, we're all kind of in the center. The only reason I will never vote a Democrat right now is because there are certain beliefs that Democrats, even if they lie to you and tell you they won't do, they're going to do. Okay, Mickey Sherrill, who's running for governor of New Jersey, voted against banning boys from girls' sports. This is something that by default, if you're voting for a Democrat, they're going to support males and female sports, period. Harming minors, right? Transing minors, something by default Democrats are going to support. Illegals and being against deportation. That's another thing that someone by default as a Democrat are going to support, right? A full-term abortion or like very late term, right? And paying for it, right? That's another thing. There's certain things that no matter what, I will never support. Oh, no, that makes sense, Behemoth. That 100% makes sense. I mean, I've reached the point where, I don't believe in, I'm just tired of paying for it, okay? I'm not going to pay for it. You want to eliminate your child because you were you could not control yourself, all right? Look, my religion allows it until 3 months, okay? Abortion is allowed in Islam to like 3 months, right? I would rather ban it than have it at full term. But, fine, you know what? At bare minimum, well, I don't want to say go for it at 9 months. I don't want to say go for viability. I don't want to say I don't want any of that. But the bare minimum, all I ask is don't make me pay for it. I do think Planned Parenthood should be abolished. I do think most of these things that we pay for that are your mistakes, okay, should not be paid for by me. Why am I paying? Because you could not control yourself. Like, look, I have a body count of 0, but I don't understand how there are people on Snap with 7 children from 7 different daddies. Like, if you're gonna go out at the club at night and you're a woman, okay, maybe like I said, I'm a Muslim, all right? We don't believe in this stuff before marriage, all right? But if I were not Muslim and I was gonna go out and knowing I was gonna be, I was like, going to the club, I'd make sure to have male protection in my pocket because I'm like, just in case I get lucky, I don't understand it. So, like, the thing is, you want to know what woke me up on the whole thing? Yeah, I'm in the leave me alone, okay? The reason my complex thoughts on abortion changed when I found out that less than 1% are by grape or any of that sort of thing, and that the majority of them are people who use it as birth control. All right, we have plenty of ways to prevent pregnancy. Why are you doing it this way? But fine, you know what? Fine, you want to allow it until whatever crazy stage. At the bare minimum, the most bare minimum I ask, I don't want to pay for it. I'm not paying for it. Why the hell do I have to pay for what you did? Okay? There are a lot of things that I feel like I should not have to pay for because of your mistakes. There are some things I agree we need to pay for, okay? Especially our veterans. Our veterans don't get enough. All right? If you are truly disabled and none of this I identify as disabled. If you truly are incapable of working, and I think we should have more rigorous standards than we have right now, because I see people who are perfectly fine, right, who get disability. I mean, I'm now getting ads over and over on YouTube telling me to contact a lawyer to get disability. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? I bike to work, okay? There's a time when even when you go to the supermarket and see people who are mentally challenged bagging groceries, they still have a job. They probably need some financial support because that job doesn't pay them enough, but they deserve benefits. They're still working. Okay, you're telling me they're blind people who have jobs and that you are incapable because you are no. I mean, I say I'm part of the leave me alone. No, but that is less than 1%. Okay? Healthcare, as Tim Pool has pointed out, okay, if you need to remove the child and it's viable, why kill it? If you have a health reason, you need to remove the child at 8 months. Why kill? I have a colleague of mine whose daughter-in-law was diagnosed with leukemia. They needed to remove the baby, and it was like 20 some odd weeks old. The baby was like 2 pounds. Okay? And the baby is going to survive. They took care of the baby. They put it in the neonatal unit. They wanted the baby survived. Okay? And you want me to believe that but no, less than 1% is caused by that stuff. All right? There are genuine health reasons, yes, but less than 1%. 99% are people who just feel like it. When you have people boasting about doing it like 30 times, what's wrong with you? But I will say this. I'm not paying for it. I think my personal look. If I were to run for governor of New Jersey, one of the first things I would do is I would want a Doge for New Jersey. I don't know whether it would be Elon or that guy Caleb Hammer. Caleb Hammer is awesome. Come through and deal with and cut so much because I want to be left alone. But I'm tired of seeing my money going to paying for things that. Why am I paying for it? Why am I paying for it? I want my people are like, well, I would rather my money go to no, I completely agree with you. No, Tetsu, I completely agree with you. I'm 100% against it, right? But if I can't have that, okay, as much as I want that, I want it to be banned past 3 months. Minimum banned after 3 months. But you know what? If I can't have that, then you know what? I don't want to pay for it. Don't put that blood on my hands. Okay? Why should I pay for it? Because 99% of the people getting this procedure just couldn't be bothered. Okay? I would want a state-level Doge, and I would be cutting everything. I would be a one-term governor because I know nobody would elect me again, but I would be cutting everything. Because, like I said, stop expecting me to pay for it. I'm tired of the people. This is why the whole thing last week with the Halo meme pissed me off. Because all these people going, I hate ICE. F ICE. Bad ICE. Okay, fine, Habibi. You pay for the illegals. We should then make it, if you want illegals here so much, then this is what you do. Every year, you get a tax form, right? Before you file your taxes, right, you get a tax form. If you support illegals, you make a check mark on your tax form, you pay for it. If you don't want to support it, you don't pay for it then. Because Angry Joe, Habibi, you make 10 times at least as much as I do. Okay? At least 10 times as much as I do. You pay for it. I'm not paying for it. Okay? That's the whole thing. On top of that, the people calling for stopping deportation are the ones who want their SNAP returned. Wait, so what is it then? And that is wrong. They should not be doing that to women. But again, I'm not paying for it. I'm not paying for it. I'm not paying for it. Tell you, I worked for years and then I found myself in a really bad position because everyone's like, don't you care? No, you know why? Because I found myself in a really bad position a couple of years back before I started live streaming, playing video games and YouTubing, right? And all that. I found myself after years of paying taxes, right? Working for the government, okay? And I needed help for a few months to get back on my feet. And I got nothing. And I was just told, figure it out. Okay? Figure it out. And now all of you think I should feel guilty because you can't get excessive amounts of help. Why is it so? Again, figure it. That's literally I thought the whole point of paying taxes was that when you needed it, when you found yourself in a position where you truly needed help, after years of paying taxes, you would get something for all those years of paying taxes. Right? That's why I was more than willing to pay taxes because I knew that while I was paying, I was in a good position. Other people who were unlucky were getting help from the government. Only to turn and find out that the only people who get this are the people who know how to break the system, lie about the system. When you go into the welfare office and everyone is speaking Spanish, and you're the only one there who's worked for years, and you get nothing. And then you expect me to be like, oh, now that I've been working the same job for like 10 years, right? You expect me to be like, oh, well, I'm sorry. No, I would rather my money stay with me. I don't want to pay any taxes. None. Or at the bare minimum, you know what? Just enough to cover like military, no, I'm wrong. I shouldn't say no taxes, but I understand there are some things the government needs to provide us. Military, streets, roads. There's a lot of things I totally agree with. But it's not fair that people are making 5 times my salary. Well, no, not 5. 2 or 3 times my salary in food stamps. How is that even possible? And then you see a friend of mine on Twitter who lost her home, needed help, and only got $180 a month in food stamps. How is it that our military veterans get no help, but you have obese people who clearly can work, who are dancing around saying, okay, everyone, go and steal. Okay? You know what? Most of the time, right? What happened? When the kids were old enough to go to school, mom went to work. Okay? I hear stories of people, single mothers, who go out there and they work. They don't depend on the government for anything. And you want me to feel guilty? So no, I don't. I mean, am I wrong? But even more than that, the illegal thing, yeah. Okay?
Isn't that cute? So proud of him. Hey, this is fun! Do you do this sort of stuff all the time, bounty hunter?
Yeah, I'm going down. So, no, I said, you want it then? You pay for it. I'm not paying for it. But yeah, so that's my whole thing. I'm tired. I'm tired that people who like I like people who get cut off and are not even close to me. Why is it my colleagues don't get anything? You know, people who can't afford a car, who work a full-time job, right? In retail, right? Can't afford a car. I have a friend who works 2 jobs, 7 days a week. Why doesn't he get anything? Okay? But then you see people with $5,000. I have no, I don't know. But I'm not paying for it. And that's my main disappointment. Look, that's how you know MAGA aren't in a cult. Because the one thing I'm really frustrated with is that we didn't cut more spending. President, why didn't Doge go all the way? Why didn't we cut more? Okay? I feel like I understand. They're like, we should cut federal income tax for anyone under 150,000. That's not. You know what? Do it in steps. All right? Start with people who make under 40,000. How about that? That's below the median. Or even under 60,000. That's the average American wage. I have no problem with people who genuinely can't work. Genuinely can't. Well, for New Jersey, we have our governor election going on right now. Vote for Jack. Everyone vote for Jack. I was putting signs out for Jack this morning.
Fucking dumb G3 bodies. Listen, bounty hunter, maybe try using Clutch device to save those humans? Be free, little humans! Be free!
The thing is, Trump has said that they want to drop the income tax for anyone under 150,000. You don't need to go that high. You really don't. If you want to drop the income tax, drop it for everyone under 60,000. Okay? Or under 40,000. Or even under 50, anywhere between 40 and 60,000, drop it. Okay? At the bare minimum. If you want to drop it, start with the people like that. Okay? The people who are under the average pay. You're not getting much out of them anyway. Okay? Wait, I don't understand it. We pay taxes on our salary. Then we pay taxes on the stuff we buy. For real?
Bad news, Grindel. We're gonna kill you.
Actually, I found the fastest way to get these guys is this guy. Hey guys, I'm not gonna make it. These guys actually... Yeah.
Son of a bitch, he got away. I really thought we killed that guy.
Like... Oh, you better go vote. You better go vote. And if you're in New Jersey and you haven't voted for Jack, you better get your butt out there and vote for Jack. Come on. I even put up signs for Jack.
I probably don't have to tell you, but you
So
know,
that-
we
but
use
the-
this portal to head back to Blim, you know, whenever we want. But also find trudging forward.
But that's why I consider myself a Republican, because there are certain things that I find incompatible with Democrat that I just no. Do I agree with everything Republican? No. But there's certain things with Democrats that I cannot censorship.
Me when he's on TV.
But they're just, I mean... Wait, where's it? Oh, yeah, I wanted to go to the pawn shop. I mean, just look at the detail to this city. Oh, I am so praying for it. You better get out there, Behemoth. I don't know if I'll be able to talk to you either if you don't go voting. I already posted a picture of Min Min with my voting sticker. I voted last week. And I met Jack Chitarelli, by the way, and I like him. I mean, look,
Hey, over here! Widow with the talking gun. I'm the little concession man. Here's what's up. My name's Stan, and I sell vials of alien cum. I know
Which-
that's probably not what you wanted to hear when you walked over here. You wanted cum or what?
Fucking hell yeah, we'll buy some alien cum.
Wow. You
Don't
just
ask.
didn't even ask any questions.
That's actually how you get one of the achievements, by the way. I'm just picking it up, but there actually is an achievement if you beat the game.
This alien cum on the house. Just tell all your friends about me. Say Stan has the absolute best alien cum I've ever seen, tasted, touched, whatever.
Okay, we get it.
I'm not sure if it's here.
I actually...
Okay, you saunter away. I wasn't saying nothing.
Hello and welcome to Who Gives a Crap.
Thanks. God, I hate giving this stuff up.
I can't afford anything yet. For me, voting early is easier. You avoid the lines. Look, I just go with family. We all go and vote at the same time. We go, and it doesn't take very long to do. But just vote. Just go. As I said, everyone for Jack. Vote for Jack. I get ads from both. Honestly, my favorite's other one. They're like, Jack is 100% MAGA, and they're like, that's somehow like gonna turn me off from voting for Jack. I'm like, yeah, that's good.
Just starting to think maybe you didn't like me or something.
The thing is, you know what, Tetsu? I'll tell you this. I once was the same. Okay, I once used to think.
Okay, bye. Not even doing anything exciting.
Last gubernatorial election here in New Jersey, Jack lost by. All right, this is gonna blow your minds. Jack Ciattarelli in the last gubernatorial election in New Jersey was Jack Ciattarelli versus Phil Murphy. He lost by 40,000 votes, right? No, 80,000. Jack Ciattarelli lost by 80,000. 400,000 Republicans did not get out to vote. If they had gone to vote, he would have won. He lost by such a time. Now I'm like, I'm going out every time. Yeah, Trump was, New Jersey was like, less than 5%. Because New Jersey has had Republican governors. Moderate. I don't know. Like I said, I get why some people don't want to. My whole view on it changed after, No, I get it. I personally have come to realize that no one is going to be 100%. That's why I get mad at the people who come at me and they're like, well, so-and-so doesn't support Palestine. I'm like, okay, but that's why I realized. So one of the things that happened during the Republican campaign here in New Jersey, right? We had Bill Spadia and Jack Ciattarelli. Look, I'm not trying to convince you to vote, okay? I'm going to explain. And this isn't me. This is me telling people just in general. So we had the thing between Bill Spadia. This is my personal view, okay? We had the whole thing between Bill Spadia and Jack Ciattarelli. We had a lot of people who were very big on Bill Spadia. I like the guy too. Honestly, I like Bill Spadia, but we realized everyone was saying at the end of the day, right? Whoever wins the primary for the Republicans, it doesn't matter if it's Bill Spadia or Jack Ciattarelli. All the Republicans have to get behind the candidate. Okay? Has to get behind Jack or Bill, whoever wins. It turned out to be Jack. Because if the Republicans do not get 100% behind that candidate, every Republican who doesn't vote is a vote for the Democrat. And the Democrat, I'm sorry. Oh, no, I'm not sorry. Okay? My cat is a better candidate than any Democrat. Because there are certain things that Democrats stand for that I cannot live with. That are abhorrent, that I cannot live with in this country, that should not be allowed. And that's why I will never vote for a Democrat until they change. When you tell me that you support males competing against females, that is not fair. That is 100% not fair. And I'm tired. It's funny. We have, on the one hand, we have women screaming about representation in video games and how it's sexist. We don't get enough female representation and this and that. But then you have women's rights being destroyed by saying boys need to compete against girls. You need to let men into women's bathrooms. You're destroying women's rights while pretending to support women's rights. Okay? What is wrong with you? Like, I wish somebody had gone up to Mickey Sherrill and said, hey, Mickey, what is a woman? You claim to be, I'm this amazing helicopter pilot, this female helicopter pilot, and yet at the same time, you're denying rights away from women. So on the one hand, I don't believe in this whole sexism against women because women are able to do almost anything. But at the same time, you're denying girls the ability to compete in sports. This is something that should never have even been debated. Why are we even talking about this? The moment this became an issue, everyone should have been like, yeah, this is dumb. We're walking away. Like, the moment the thing happened in Connecticut where boys were competing against girls in Connecticut, which was, I think, 2013 or 2014. the moment they wanted to compete, their coaches should have said no. And then if it went to court, the judge should have been like, this is the dumbest thing. There's nothing about rights. There's nothing about... No. The moment this became an issue, it should have been laughed out of the room. It should have been mocked and laughed out of the room. And that's the problem. We're not mocking it and laughing it out of the room. No, but we should compete. So that's why I will never vote for a Democrat, because the Democrat supports me losing my rights. Oh, they claim to be all for women, but Democrats support me as a woman being treated as a second-class woman because I'm not a man pretending to be a woman, so I'm an inferior woman. So yeah, that's one of the things I have a serious problem with. You make fun of the Middle Eastern countries and say that they belittle women in Saudi Arabia, but honestly, I know people in Saudi Arabia who are women who love it in Saudi Arabia. Okay? You have the right in Saudi Arabia to your own personal private spaces. It's so funny, the contradictions, right? That's why when I wore my mask, it looked like a niqab, because it was me mocking the whole mask thing. We're like, oh, we're going to make fun of the Middle Eastern countries that force women to cover their faces, but now we're forcing women to cover their faces. Okay? So that is one of those things. Until the Democrats change, I will never vote for a Democrat, because you are belittling and putting me down as a woman. You are telling me that, women don't have the same rights. And look, You're telling women, lesbians who aren't interested in men, they have to be with men. You are taking away women's rights, and then you claim to support women. So no Democrat will ever get my vote until they change on this. Okay? You support me paying for people coming into this country illegally. I know people who came here legally, who worked hard legally. When I see illegals living in five-star hotels, but my friend on X, Sheridan, she's always doodling, right? Couldn't get even a fraction of the same kind of help when I was nearly homeless and could get no help, but you're giving illegals thousands upon thousands of my tax-paying dollars, and you think I should support that? Hell no. I'm never going to support a Democrat until you get rid of the sanctuary states and you start deporting people. I don't care. Okay? I don't even care if they commit. No, they what's his name? Caleb Hammer had 2 illegals on with $400,000 in debt. And the moment they get deported, that debt is going to be on us. So, I need to do it. I have to do it. Thank you. So, do I think that the Republicans? A lot of Republicans don't like me because I'm Muslim. Okay, they don't. But at the end of the day, you know what? I get treated better by Republicans, even the Republicans who don't like me for being a Muslim, than the TRA lunatics. Okay? I get treated better. I mean, the fact that you have Democrats flat out saying we need control over speech. I will never vote for any Democrat until the whole idea of freedom of speech is universal. And yes, there are Republicans also limiting freedom of speech. No, you have to be able to criticize Israel. Okay? It doesn't mean you hate Jews. I mean, I am 100%, I've said plenty of where I don't believe in the suffering or harm or bullying of innocent Jews. But yeah, you can criticize Israel. Okay? I mean, of all people, like, the funniest thing is I get more hate from people with Palestinian flags in their bios than Jews. Because I think no one innocent should be harmed. All right? Anyway, I believe in free speech. And we have Democrats saying we need to limit free speech. We need to make misgendering a crime. I'm never going to support Democrats. Am I going to get everything I want under Republicans? I've been to Republican meetings, right? And I will sometimes keep my mouth shut because I know there's some things they don't represent my needs. But at the same time, I'm like, there's no point even bringing it up. Okay? I 100% agree. Not everything the Republicans want, I agree with, okay? I also do, I'm disappointed by the fact that they haven't cut more spending, okay? But at the end of the day, the Democrats are going to hurt me far, far more than the Republicans. And I also love the screaming and crying. Can you imagine what's going to happen if Jack wins New Jersey? It's going to, just for the screaming and crying, it's worth it. Like, even if Trump does nothing, the meltdowns were worth it. I agree with you completely. Both sides. Personally, at this point, I'm tempted to be like, you need to get everybody, you know what? Maybe turn it into a new country and be like, everybody needs to be together in one citizenship. Or throw in all the queers that support Palestine and turn it into a reality TV show. I don't know what we can do at this point, but both sides have done horrific things, both sides. And I do not support the killing of innocent on either side, which apparently makes me into a horrible person because I do not hate all Jews. And I will keep saying I do not hate all Jews. Why would I hate all Jews? Okay? I'm not stupid. I'm not going to harm innocent people. All right? So, no, I agree. For me, as I said, for me, Democrats are far more harmful than Republicans will ever be. Honestly, even if they were turn this country into a Christian nation, it's still better than anything that the left would have. Okay? Faith is hard to make. You've never seen me ever say someone shouldn't go to church. I think Christianity is a good thing. I think Judaism, we need more religion. I'm not saying it should be state-run or state-mandated or any of that, but I don't think religion is a bad thing. I think if you're an atheist, that's also your whole thing. I have voted for Democrats in the past. I have voted for both sides. I have been registered Republican most of my life simply because in New Jersey you have to register as a party. If you want to be involved in the primaries, you have to be registered either Republican or Democrat. And my father is a registered Republican. My father has been a registered Republican for decades, all right? So when it came time for me to decide, I had no clue what's the difference between Democrats and Republicans. So I registered like my dad. So I registered Republican from the moment I could vote. But I have voted for Democrats as well, okay? So I have voted for both because I know that things change. But right now, the state of the Democrats is abhorrent. Celebrating murder is abhorrent. As numerous people have pointed out, even when Democrats are killed, no Republicans, other than a few fringe people, no one celebrates it. I never saw a single person celebrating what's going Biden's cancer diagnosis. On the contrary, a lot of people were calling for justice on what happened to the poor man. Oh yeah, no, I'm not denying there's a lot of bad things Republicans have done. And we still do have some Republicans who want to ban video games, which is why we need to push for them to not do that. There are some Republicans, absolutely. But the thing is, at the end of the day, right, I will suffer more under Democrats than Republicans. The rights that the Democrats want to take from me are bigger than what the Republicans want to do. In addition, most Republicans are not about banning video games. To be honest, I don't think they even care. I don't think most of these politicians know much about it or care. Yeah, I voted for Obama. So that's why I look at it and I realize that because a lot of people get mad at me. First of all, they don't understand how I'm MAGA. And then they come to me. And the thing is, first of all, we are not in the Middle East right now, okay? Right now, as my dad pointed out when he was talking with a rabbi friend of him, okay, we are not in the Middle East right now. We are not at fighting with each other, right? Okay? So don't fight with your Jewish neighbors. Okay? There's no point. We're not there. Honestly, even before I found out about the cancer diagnosis, and I don't know if you remember it, but I've said it multiple times, where I said that I did not like how they were treating Biden. I don't like Biden. I think he's a corrupt old man. I really don't like Biden. But especially after that debate, I don't like how they treated Biden. In that presidential term, they turned the man into a joke. After a few of those mistakes, they should have had him step down. Instead, they kept pushing him and using him, and he became a joke. And that was abuse. What they did to Biden, I don't like the man. I think he was a corrupt, evil old man. But it does not, he did not deserve. I really don't like him, but I don't think he was fully aware in his presidential term. And instead of trying to help, look, he should never, they turned him into a joke. They used him, abused him, took advantage of him. His wife should be held accountable for elder abuse. What his wife did, what these people did to that man, I don't like him. I really don't like him. But when you turned him into a joke, and he can't even go up a flight of stairs, he was a puppet. And his wife, at one point saying, "Good job, Joe," like he's a child. And you wanted him to run and somehow manage another term? Just on the outside looking, it looks like you are abusing this man. And so I don't like him. But the way I don't know. No, and honestly, the more I listen to Charlie Kirk, at one point he's like, we're not being, he clearly cared about people. He was not an ist. He did not hate blacks. Oh no, those are disgusting. Those are absolutely, if the PDF stories about him are true, then yeah, that's disgusting. But you should not have had him in office. Oh no, the guy didn't know what he was doing. But But Charlie Kirk was not a bad person. What they did to that man, like I said, there are certain things that I can never, ever, until they change radically, I can never vote for a Democrat again. Because even if they lied, and even if they said, "Oh no, we don't support boys and girls sport," I know you're lying. My only issue, by the way, is this. Stop saying not to vote for Mamdani because he's Muslim. Because that belittles and diminishes the real reasons you shouldn't vote for him. Okay? This isn't about the fact that I'm Muslim. If you say don't vote for Mamdani because he's Muslim, you are diminishing the real reasons why you shouldn't be voting for him. Okay? He is a horrible politician. His policies are going to destroy New York. Focus on that, or they're going to call you a whole bunch of other words. I don't like Mamdani. I really don't like him. I have family who go to New York. And I'm worried. But in order, we do not want to be them. Oh no, I don't like him because he has a lot of bad ideas, but I do see some people posting on X saying, "I don't want that Muslim, right, running New York. I don't want that." It's like, no, I get it. But you need, whether you like Muslims or not, it doesn't matter. You need to focus on his policies or you're diminishing why he's a bad candidate. It isn't because he's a Muslim. It's because he has some really bad policies that we do not want any other candidates to come in who are not Muslim but have the same exact ideas as Mamdani. Okay? Because we are then becoming the left by saying that. I absolutely don't like him. That's the only reason I think we need to stop with the whole, it's because then it turns him, it diminishes the real reasons why no one should be voting for this guy. We need to focus on the bad. Because then, of course, they're going to be like, "Oh, well, you're just a bunch of horrible people." All it does is diminish the arguments against them. Yes, and that's why. Yeah, I don't like commies either. That's why I'm saying it. It's because I don't want our arguments against him to be diminished because of it. We need people to understand why he's a bad candidate. And it's not because he's a Muslim. It's because he has some really, really, really bad ideas.
What's going down?
And any sane Muslim should not be voting for him either. But, you know, there are dumb people out there who go, oh my god, it's a Muslim! I'm gonna vote for a Muslim! Yay! I hate. I hate that attitude. My view is simple, okay? I vote for someone based on policy. If a Muslim and a Jew were running against each other and the Jewish person had a better policy than the Muslim, I'd vote for the person who's Jewish. Because I vote for someone who has better policies, not because of their identity. Because I'm not that dumb. That's my view. The guy is going to destroy New York. Look, I said I'm worried because I have family, okay, who go to New York. That's why I'm like, I can't vote for the New York because I'm in New Jersey. But I'm going to say this, don't vote for him. Please don't vote for him. My brother lives in New York. But he's registered still in New Jersey. This guy's gonna destroy New York, and besides, I want my. Well, you know what? I could never run for office. I said I'd be too blunt and annoyingly honest for my own good. I would not be the type to be speaking in public relations speak. Obviously, I get very fiery and feisty when certain things come up too. I can get very animated and angry. So I wouldn't make a very good politician. But I believe I would be, if I were to become governor of New Jersey. I agree. No, the identity thing needs to stop. The funny thing is, the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s, this was never a thing. It was rare when people used identity. You could vote for somebody who's white, black, female, male. Nobody cared. They just wanted... No one cared. And so it's like, what the hell is going on?
Creature, we need your talents. It's one of your things.
That's why it's my view with Destiny, which I'm afraid to log into Destiny. Honestly, I'm afraid to log into Destiny right now. Because yesterday, making my Destiny video was a nightmare to make. It was a nightmare to make my Destiny video. I kept getting booted out of the tower. If you watch my video, even in the video, I kept getting booted out of the tower. And like, I don't care whom, if Bungie was entirely made up of gay white dudes, okay? I don't care. I just want Destiny to work. I don't care if they're all straight white dudes. I don't care. I want the video game I paid for to work. And Destiny hasn't been working right for a couple of weeks. I don't know who worked on this video game. I like this video game. Oh, you did? I haven't been on in a couple days because I've been playing this game. I gotta get in. I wanted it to sound based. That's why I called it Red War Vets. But Destiny 1? Okay, let me just say this. Destiny 1, I can't get into the game. The social keeps booting me. It sometimes works, but half the time it doesn't work. And I'm really fed up. This has happened again. Apparently, the new event in Destiny 2 is also broken. So, like... The cartoons back in the day were... Oh yeah, they're right. Because nobody cared. people. The thing is, okay, think about it. I'm playing right now the video game High on Life, right? I know nothing about the people who made it, other than that was made. The main people from Rick and Morty were involved. I don't know anything about the people who made the game. Okay. Do I care? I think the game is a good game. It doesn't matter. I don't care who made it. The game isn't broken. I enjoy playing it. It's a good game. It's a fun game. Whoever made it doesn't matter to me. It's a good game. Okay? When I order something online and I get it shipped to me and it comes in the mail, whoever put the goddamn product into a package and then put my name on it and shipped it, I don't care as long as I got the item I ordered. Okay? When I play Destiny 2 or Destiny and the game is broken, do you think I care who's working at Bungie right now? Do I care that they have all those stupid inclusivity clubs? All it tells me is I now know that you focus more on that inclusivity stuff. I want... Oh no, I totally agree with you. It's about political nonsense and lack of ability. The problem is there are people literally saying, don't vote for Mamdani because he's Muslim. Okay? No, it's not because he's Muslim. Because, I mean, look, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of really dumb Muslims in politics right now, which pisses me off. Because every single Muslim who's running, that stupid cat woman who's like, I got indicted for freedom of speech. No, girl, you got indicted because you were banging on it trying to stop ICE officers. Shut up, girl. It's not because... No. Every Muslim in politics right now is an idiot. And it's embarrassing. It's like, you know what? If I had it, I would love to be able to be out there and be like, yeah, there are some Muslims who are actually love this country and love being here and we're like want the best for this and are based Republicans at this point. Okay? No, well, like I said, I know, my only issue is I know one or two people who are trans, all online. The people in person I know are bullies to me, okay? Look, if you accept reality, if you don't force it, if you don't, look, let me put it another way. I don't have a problem with the LGB, because most of the LGB don't force their way of thinking on me. I don't force my way of thinking on them. Now, I've had some bad experiences with the L, because I had someone hitting on me who was on the L side, and it was like, I'm not interested, and it took a while for it to get into their head that I'm not interested, or another person who flat out told me I'm a lesbian, and I'm looking at her like, no, I'm not. And she insisted, and I'm like, what are you talking about? What? First off, what possessed you to go up to a woman in hijab and say you're a lesbian, right? And then when the person tells you no, I find it a little creepy. It's your thing. If you like it, you do you. But I find it creepy, okay? You insist on it? But I also know that most of the LGB, if I told them that story, would tell me that is wrong. The T, on the other hand, I know one or two T people, okay, that are decent people online. Alexia. Alexia's of the T. I like Alexia. You mess with Alexia, I'll kick your butt. Okay? But the people I know who I deal with on a daily basis are bullies. The majority of the people who are bullies and nasty people online are the T. The people who bullied and threatened and got people to lose their job and all of that are the T. So I'm not saying, that's why I do admit that there are a very small number of people on the T side who are good people, who genuinely struggle with the gender issue, right? Very few. Okay? They're genuine. Most of them don't even mention it. They just want to live their lives. They don't say anything. They just act like normal people. Okay? And online, they just act like normal people, talk about video games and all of that. And they don't keep constantly bringing it in your face all the time to the point where you're like, shut up, I don't care. Okay? Like I said, me and Alexia, we play Warframe. We play video games together. We talk about video games. The fact that Alexia's a T doesn't come up at all. Okay? That's why it's like, I believe... So no, there's Blair White, and like I said, the problem is that's like 1%. And 99% of them are people who identify as the T. And that's the thing they don't understand. The problem is they removed it from the DSM-5. Imagine if everybody can identify with whatever health problem they wanted. That's a problem. Okay, people do not struggle with the identity issue. They identify as the T. That's why it's like, okay, fine. If you identify as a T person, right? Then it's cosmetic surgery. It's not a health problem then. Okay. I know people if I knew one person I was talking to who was a woman who's a trans man, right? Woman man thing, right? And she's like, because I'm going to call her a she. She's like, I would never be a real man if I could. No, most of the people who genuinely struggle with the gender issue would kill to be the opposite sex. That's what they want. They don't deny their reality because they deal with it on a daily basis. Because their biology doesn't fit their brain, so their biology is a constant reminder. So these fakers, which is the vast majority, right? That's why the non-binary thing is a bunch of fakers. It's a bunch of people going online going, yeah, I identify as having cancer, and you need to treat me like I have cancer. No, I identify as this because because I'm a victim now. Okay? That's why the moment you tell me you're a they, them, or a she, they, or a he, they, or you start showing me your scars, and you start showing pictures of your injections, or making art with your medication, I know you're a trender. I know you're someone who wants to be a part of that group. And that's why I am telling you, we are going to deal with it. It's not going to happen for at least 5 or 6 years. It's starting to happen. We're going to deal with a health crisis unlike anything we have ever seen. Because a lot of these people who are trending now are very young, are in their 20s. When they hit their 30s, when they realize they can't have kids, when they realize they ruined their health because the injections are so bad for you. I said, I know someone who was a woman, identifies as a guy, has been on the shots for 7 years. Every single one of their health problems, okay, every single one of this person's health problems are because of the injections. Every single one of them, but not a single doctor has told her this. Every single health problem until she blocked me, every single health problem this person has listed is because she's been taking these injections for 7 years since she was 16 years old. And also is obese and so has breathing problems. So no, I do feel bad for the genuine small, very small percentage of people. They're not bullies. They don't come on and harass people. They're normal people who, like I said, probably don't even have flags in their bios. It's like me with do I have a Palestinian flag in my bio? No. Why? Because I know that the whole issue is so more complicated. If I put a Palestinian flag in my bio, everyone's going to assume where I think on the issue. They're going to think that I'm so on one side. So I am telling you, the health problems that these drugs do to people are really bad. They are really, really bad. Chronic pain, cancer, heart disease, autoimmune disease. There are so many health problems that come from this. And it isn't just the health problems. Everyone gets hit with that maternal or paternal instinct at a certain point in their life. And they're going to wake up one day, look in the mirror, look at a picture online or watch a movie of a man and a woman pushing a carriage, and suddenly they're going to realize, I can never have a child of my own. Especially the girls who identify as the men. They're going to wake up one day and they're going to realize they will never have a child. Yes. That's why I know the moment I see Eddie Fade, the Eddie person from Dragon Age, I know she's a faker. You know, the funny thing is Eddie, the one that was all about the top surgery scars in Dragon Age, the Veilguard, she never got the surgery. So she's boasting and celebrating it. I found a post from her like 2 years ago saying she was too scared to get it. So she never even got it, but she's celebrating it. No, you know the fakers. You notice that you know the fakers. They usually have the flags. They usually have the pronouns. They usually bully people. You know for a fact who they are. Because the young woman who truly struggles with this, would not be showing off. Look, my theory is that there's a plastic surgeon who got teleported into the world of Dragon Age: The Veilguard, and that is it's a isekai. It's an isekai. It doesn't make sense. But the person who was promoting it, right, is a woman who identifies as a man who doesn't take the shots and doesn't have the surgery, and yet just thinks that she can call herself a he because for the attention. And then in 5 years, she's going to completely reverse on it without any health problems. Okay? As I said, the people who are genuine, the women who genuinely want to be man, aren't going to be showing off their surgical scars because they don't want them. They never wish they had them. They wish they were born male, so they wouldn't be showing them off. They wouldn't be making art out of their injections. That's how you know the difference. It's like this. Imagine if every time I went to pray, I got up and took pictures of it, right? Or every time I broke my fast, every day of Ramadan, I was like, hey, everybody, this is me breaking my fast. Hey, everybody. And then if I constantly went on about how tired and, oh my God, I'm struggling, you'd be like, you're a fake Muslim. You're using it for attention. That's the only reason. That's why the they-them thing is so popular, because you could identify without doing anything. So no, I said, every single one of them who yells about trans women are women, you know they're faking it. Or they think it's genuine because they're going along with the trend. Because they don't identify, because you can't identify as having a mental illness. I can't identify as being schizophrenic. I can't, because I'm not it. So I can't go to a doctor and say, I feel like I'm schizophrenic, give me the medication for schizophrenia. There's the one time where someone could go to a doctor and say, I feel like I have this, and they immediately don't even question you. They go right along with it. Okay? That's the thing. That's the big thing. It's a mental illness. Very few people struggle with it. It takes time to diagnose it. It is not easy. The people who genuinely struggle with it. Okay? Some of them don't even transition. I know because I've spoken to someone. Okay? So, and that's the thing. I cannot go to a doctor and tell them I identify as a schizophrenic because I want to be treated like a schizophrenic and get the medication for schizophrenia. And yet, oh, don't even get me started. Yeah, like Frogan. Okay? Absolutely like Frogan. I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't even wear the thing outside of her channel. Okay? Like Frogan. The only reason I might bring up Ramadan is because it affects my streaming schedule. All right? The only reason I'll bring up anything else is because most of the time when I say you want to know sometimes, okay, like I'm not streaming long enough, but I'll be like, yeah, I'm getting up to go to the bathroom. Why? Because I'm going to go do my prayer. All right? I don't even say it, okay? That's the one, yes. But no, I know which one you mean. I know it. There's this story, because I've read parts of the New Testament, right, where Jesus says that the person who prays in public prays for the people or for themselves to show off, and what you should do is go into your room. I know it, because like I said, I've read the New Testament. The New Testament is beautiful. And there are parts of the New Testament that, I tell you, the Prophet Muhammad said similar things. The New Testament is gorgeous. Here it is. What do you remember? Matthew 6:6. Okay, Matthew 6:6. But when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. And Islam is very much on that too. If you donate charity, right? My dad will often donate charity in secret. He won't put his name, he won't say anything. He'll just put it in an envelope unnamed because he doesn't want people to know about it. Okay, because he doesn't want, the point isn't to get celebration now. The point is to get celebration and reward in the afterlife. So you don't tell people about it. But a lot of the people who are Muslim, right, I won't deny it, they use their Islam, right, for attention, for sympathy, for victim points, to be like, hey, I'm a marginalized person, you should vote for me. I'm like that Catwoman or Ilhan Omar, who, by the way, look, I don't like her, but if she truly broke immigration laws, deport her. On the other hand, don't deport her for being an idiot. All right? Do I like the things she says? Absolutely not. But what you do in private, yes, 100%. Like, I'm just. But on the other hand, I am just happy that I am... By the way, just so... Now, on the other hand, when it comes to video games, I will not deny I do show off, alright? I have beaten this game on hard. Attack. Anyway. Oh no, by the way, Hunter, wait, there it is. Hunter mode for players looking for an excellent extra challenge. So I beat the game already once before. This is my second run through because I need to watch Global Rise to Fame. So I have beaten this game already on hard. Oh no, I agree. No, I totally agree with you. That's one of the reasons why I love I play video games because I want to escape. And I want to have fun. And I want to challenge myself. So no. Though I will admit, I would love to make... I have not read it in its entirety either, but I have to say, I've read all of the Gospels, except John. And I have read large other portions of the New Testament and large portions of, and some of the Old Testament. But, I have read, I think Matthew is my favorite.
Whoa, what the hell are those things?
I don't know. I guess for my kids. They figured out a way to get me pregnant, and bam! I shot all these weird freaks right out of my ass. I love them all. God, I love them so fucking much. I fucked up little boys. The people in charge here are mad because they're not human. Nobody really knows what species these things are.
Okay, now that is cool. That is cool. Oh no! They always blame Trump. It's always Trump's fault. They always... Though I will admit...
Hey, they want us to bang, but she used to be my boss.
Yeah, I was supposed to fire her, and then we all got abducted by aliens. Anyway, yeah, we're not...
Send pictures. That sounds awesome. No, really, that does.
Not my type.
She is my type, but she's not cool.
Oh, I got this. Believe me, I got this.
But, okay. Though I will admit, I have a small temptation and would love a video game made called Trump Saves America. It's a first-person shooter where we bring in a lot of the real people, but we parodies of them. So, like, parodies of certain people. And Trump Saves America from an alien invasion. It's a first-person shooter where you play as President Trump shooting aliens. And while I hate bringing politics in video games, and normally I do, this I just would love just because it would cause people to melt down. And honestly, I can't deny a part of me just loves it when people melt down. I agree with you. No, I don't believe in forcing religion on people, but I do agree with you. I think a lot of people also just need it. They need a purpose in their life, and that's why they go after other things. Not everybody. I have a friend who is an atheist, and he's one of the best, like, he has a great moral compass. He's a good man. I work with him, right? Great guy. But there are some people, clearly, religion gives them something, and we need... And you'll notice, I've never... Yeah, like I said, look, I get it. We don't want politics in video games. But just, first of all, the meltdowns would be so worth it. Come on. And calling it Trump Saves America? That would drive them absolutely batty. It would be so worth it. Yes, I did beat this game, but I don't remember. I also just beat it. And JD Vance would be awesome in it too. Absolutely, 100%.
Hey, what's on TV? I guess it's supposed to be porn, but it's like alien porn, so I don't know. I honestly have no idea what I'm watching. I mean, I was able to get off of it like after a while. Honestly, now I love it though. I'm not sure why they want me to jack off this much, but you know, I'm happy to do it. Like all the tentacles and the moving parts. I don't know.
Yeah, I said, you don't even have to like Trump to find this just absolutely 100% hilarious. Like, you don't have to like Trump, but that would just be so funny. There's some things, yeah, where it's like, and the thing is, they don't understand that they are so easily provoked. And they get so mad, and you look at them, you're like, it's so predictable. And the responses are always the same.
Why is it in here? I'm trying to jack off. This is really distracting to me, but I'll still be able to do it. Trust me, I've been through a lot.
So yeah, the meltdowns would just be making it so worth it. Come on, go in there, little bug. Okay, here we go.
Looks like death is on the menu.
And you, I said, I mean, just look at this game. The detail in this game. I said, it just, it. But honestly, if I could make a video game, the setting I would like is ancient Egypt if ancient Egypt never fell. Like, if ancient Egypt ended up conquering the world and we are living in a modernized ancient Egypt, okay? So, like, for example, you go to the vet, right? And you have, instead of putting your pet to sleep, you put your pet to sleep and then it's mummified. So veterinary services that provide mummification services, right? Kind of thing. You know, all of our clothing would be still styled ancient Egypt style. Ancient Egypt would have discovered America. And then Abrahamic religions, monotheism, would be like minorities, right? And so they would be like, so everybody is like ancient Egyptian, worshiping the ancient Egyptian gods kind of thing.
Come on, use my triple.
That's the kind of world I would want to make a video game in. And the only reason I was... The Pharaoh game? No. The only reason I even thought about it was because I was thinking about how Destiny 2 is failing. And yes, no, and think about it. State funerals would be like ancient Egyptian ones with sarcophagi and full mummification, and you would have pyramids in like New York, right? And just can you imagine that? And like state religious services with prayers to the gods and all that. The only reason I thought about it was like, okay, Destiny doesn't have a competition. So if I can make a game that would compete with Destiny, what setting would I have? But then it's like, if I could make a video game, period, regardless of genre, what setting would I want it to be in? Because one of the things we do have to do is create our own thing, right? So I was like, okay, what kind of setting I love ancient Egypt. I won't deny. It's not just because I'm from my family's from Egypt, right? I just love ancient Egypt. I mean, pyramids and all that, and mummification and all of that. And like, you go to your vet and it's like, I'm afraid we have to put your Fluffy to sleep. Would you want to pay for our mummification bundle? don't worry, Fluffy will now be a, going speaking on your behalf in the underworld, kind of stuff. Can you imagine what like modern you'd have like instead of the obelisk in Washington, instead of the obelisk, right? In New York, in Washington, right? Now it's gonna have like the story of the presidents written on it in hieroglyphics. Or it's like, I, George Washington, first pharaoh or something.
Yes, you were! Whatever, fuck you!
I'm finding these guys are best. I said. Have we finished this boss? Oh my god, you guys are annoying me! Yeah, I knew it was going down. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. Oh, no, I heard about that. The thing is, I don't know what I think about that. I don't know what I think about that. What do you guys think about that? Like, because it's God of War. The gob shot is the best for the secondary shot. Oh my god, there's 3 of them! Okay, I can tell you this game is definitely easier than most games. It's not, I know. So I should not be proud of myself beating this game on hard because honestly, Oh my god, I hate when they hit me. Just because I don't like it. When people push me around in a video game. Oh yeah, are you ready for this, honey? Angela. I knew a woman named Angela. Alright, there we go, done. You know, I haven't played Halo in a couple of years. I should get back into it.
Nice work.
So first off, you go bang. Yeah, that. So really, there's.
Reaching out to your boy. It's been a minute, huh?
Okay.
All right.
Oh wait, no. And then I go like that, and then we go like this. All right.
Look who's here.
Ready, willing, and able.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay. The hardest part when you play a video game. No, it's not gonna work. Okay. So one of the hardest things when you play a video game and you beat it completely, right? And then you go back and replay it, right? You're so used to playing it with all the abilities unlocked.
Let's do this shit.
No problem.
Ah, damn it. Okay. All right.
You're interrupting all the experiments. Some good stuff here.
All right, let's do this. There we go. Now, isn't this where the third one or the three come together? So, yeah, I haven't played Halo in a while. I did play it on Legendary, but like I said, I played it once. I played it once on Easy, then once on Legendary, but it's been a while. So, because I'm busy playing it. I want to get back and play replay it, but for now, oh no, that's just two.
Got a disc ready for you.
I said there's so much. Really, this game is really well done. So. The thing is also, like, I haven't played it in a while. I think, like, you get used to.
Why aren't you using my trick hole?
Oh, sorry. Okay. It's when you know the hardest part for me with 2? It was when you play as the Arbiter and you fighting, you have Covenant on your side and you have also Covenant allies. I got so confused over which ones were my allies and which ones were not. Okay, where am I going? To be honest, I will say this. The first one was my favorite. I absolutely love the first one. I mean, dealing with... I did not... The thing is, when I played Halo the first time, even though it was only a couple of years ago, right? I knew nothing about the Flood. So for me, playing Halo was finding out for the first time about the Flood. So I was so shocked and surprised about... Well, I'll admit it's been a while.
It's been a while, Bounty Hunter.
Where am I going? Come on. For the love, I can't remember. Eat the boo boo. Eat the baby. Mean mean. Mean mean. Mean mean. What are you doing up there? Come on.
Come on, I'm ready for a glove shot.
Let's do this.
Am I not supposed to?
How's it going?
So no, you're not putting them in there.
You good, Bounty Hunter?
No, no, I'm not good. Where am I supposed to go? I don't know. I think something went wrong. All right, this is what we're gonna do, just in case, because this is weird. I don't. By the way, just if I say load, see, I have 2. I have 2.
How's it going?
See? There was...
Let's fuck shit up.
No, never mind.
I'll be honest, I really want you to use my glove shot.
But...
I got faith in you, man. You ready, partner?
Okay, now I'm getting confused. What did I miss? I did this and I beat this and I got here. What am I missing?
Hi there.
Alright, that's it. Oh, I know what I'm not doing. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Alright.
Yeah, that's right. We got a secret form. Let's see you try to take on all three of us. When we're connected. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know you could do that. You never showed me that before. That comes
See, I found that the best way to beat this guy is to use the babies.
Now that I have all three of you face to face, I just want to thank you again for taking such good care of me. What's the plan?
That's the one thing I don't know how to. So one person said this was the hardest. No, the hardest is Douglas. Douglas, it was a nightmare. This guy's actually, other than the fart attack, which I'm not sure how to deflect, which is the waves, I'm not sure how to get past that. This, we're... Alright.
You okay? Lie there perfectly still if you're okay. Don't say anything.
Okay.
We're gonna crush ya! You might be able to stop one of us, but all three? No way!
Oh, can stay far away. Ah. Oh god. Okay. Why do you guys jinx me?
died real quick like that. Now it's all.
I think it's for...
Okay, I get it. I'm gross, but use my trick hole, yeah?
I...
Hey, Brendan! What was the name of that scary medical device you used to drill into my skull and peel apart all my brain matter? I want to grab one of those myself.
There we go. Done. I don't know why, but they. This is the, you know what? This is the one time where you can use the pronoun they. Because they go down, for some odd reason, ridiculously fast if you use creature. Okay? I don't know why. Oh, wait, I need a DNA sample from them. I don't know why, but with creature... No, I don't normally use creature that much, but the last time I fought...
Just fucked, really?
Proof of the bounty, right?
Good, delicious. Now let me dig into the last bro. Oh, fuck yes! 3 in 1 sitting! Each one more visually better than the last. You know what? I don't see this often, but I'm fully sated right now. I actually need a rest.
Bounty hunter.
Fuck, it's Garmantuous?
That's right.
That's the man. He's the guy who's used...
And I want you to know how fucked you make things for yourself. You were the
Okay, so
Guess we've really awakened the beasts now.
I'll say this: I'm surprised by how good it is. Now, I know.
You know, we never did figure out.
I know a lot of people don't like the annoying dialogue, which, first off, by the way, you can turn it off. So, right over here, audio, you can change the enemy chatter and the gun chatter. I don't mind it as much. They don't really talk as much as I thought they did. They every now and then will say something, but it's not nearly as much randomly as you would expect. And I will say this, the story is surprisingly good. Like, surprising, there are parts where it has surprising depth, more than you would expect for such a silly looking game. And the characters are all unique, and like, as annoying as they can be at times, every character is unique and has their own unique personality, which is not something you can say about a lot of video games these days, like Nimbus.
Obviously, you're not as good at bounty hunting as I used to be, but hey, I'm gloppy enough to admit you're doing pretty damn well. Turn in that bounty.
I mean, I have to say, I've already beaten the game once.
I actually wanted to run something by you. How would you feel about me maybe fixing up my old bounty hunting ads, maybe putting you in them to drum up business? I mean, my name will still be bigger than yours in the logo, but we'd be stupid not to capitalize on your growing reputation.
I totally agree.
Yo, you guys are fresh out of Friendalos.
That's Tweak.
Hey, I'm Tweak. I'm dating your sister.
This fucking guy. Tweak, you need to leave.
Lizzie says it's cool if I'm here.
You're just gonna let this sack of shit eat on my friendalos and tongue kiss your sister?
I'm the one who bought those fucking friendalos. And leave Tweak alone. You know he has a barbed tongue and he's very sensitive about it.
I can go.
No, Tweak. You're staying. Tell him he's staying.
Look, he doesn't even love you. He's just after our house.
It's our house.
Exactly. Hey, Tweak, you gotta be careful around Lizzie. She's just gonna hit it and quit. Real heartbreaker. I'd get out now while you're still in the green. And hey, you want a real lover? Talk to me.
Don't you have a galaxy to fuck?
Come on, tell him to leave.
Oh, come on. You shouldn't even get to decide. It's my house too, you know? Fuck all of you.
Aww.
Not you, Tweak. I love you, baby.
Ah! Disgusting! Look at this! They're not even the same species! Do you know how many holes he has? And they're all really advanced level holes. I really gotta take my nephew instead. His holes are more your speed.
Shut the hell up, Gene. I am sick of your shit. All you do is sit on our couch and mope about how sad your life is. You're a leech trying to eat all of our friendalos, and you're the only family I have left to relive your glory days.
Hey! Your family's doing a great job! You know how hard it is to kill that many high-level bounties in such a short amount of time? I mean, it's not as fast as I could have done it, but
I know they're doing a great job, and I'm proud of them. But I'm stuck here dealing with you all the time, and you're fucking pathetic. Tell him how pathetic he is.
Oh, come on. Don't make it sound so sad. Look, I admit I wasn't in a good place when you found me, but I feel like I'm part of your family now. I'm basically your dad now. You too, Lizzie. I'm your dad. I'm just worried about you dating this weird freak who just wants to steal my couch away from me.
You can call it your couch when you start paying rent.
There is no rent.
Complaining about who lives here.
Lives here? He's gonna live here?
I mean, if you think we're ready, Tweak.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Hey, shut up, Tweak. This isn't about you.
Why? Because you're worried you'll have to share a cushion?
No! Because I'm concerned. You barely know this guy. And it's dangerous out there for humans.
Oh, that's rich and condescending. I am not an idiot. I know what I'm doing. You're cool with Tweak moving in, right?
Hell yeah.
I know from having played the game already once.
Creep?
You are a creep.
Everybody better stop calling my boyfriend a creep. Effective immediately.
You know, I just didn't realize I was a creep.
Ugh, that's enough of this. Tweak, let's go to the park.
To kiss?
Yeah. Anybody got a fucking problem with that?
Sorry I said anything. Let's just get back to the bounty hunting. Can't wait to show you those new commercials.
I'm speaking on behalf of horny geriatrics.
So I want to go check in on. So in order for me to, I need to. Where's the drummer dude? Because that's why I'm redoing the story, to get the follow Globo's rise to fame bounty. That's why. I played the original SimCity. The one, you know, where you built those were fun.
Don't pull a muscle, bounty hunter, Jesus!
So I need to find... Where is he again? Not him. Where is he? Oh, there it is. Globo. But I gotta find his, like, friend. Alright. See, that's good. That means the bounty is proceeding as it should. So this is one of the bounties I have left. See, I have trophies. I'm missing A Starfish is Born, watch Globo's rise to fame, and Mods Please Ban. So Mods Please Ban I'm not sure how to do yet. And watch Globo's rise to fame. So I gotta find the guy he's with. It's around here somewhere. Re-talk to him. I always forget where he's at. But you can see Globo has posters. Globo. And then next time he will be on the monitors. It's not him. Unless you don't have to talk to the guy again.
Watch it, why don't you?
Okay, let's see if we can buy some more stuff. The thing is, one of the things I have noticed is how do I put it? The type of video games I like has changed, and my patience for other video games has changed as well. I used to be able to not have a problem with Final Fantasy VII, the turn-based game. I used to play a lot slower games, right? But as of late, I have found that I'd rather play games that are more... that are more action. So like while I prefer the story, for the original Final Fantasy, I actually prefer the gameplay now for the newer one. So it's weird.
I'm gonna miss that.
Whereas there was a time when I really liked the gameplay for Final Fantasy VII. So it's the same with like SimCity, where it was like, yeah, I used to be able to really enjoy those games where, you know, it was more slow. Now I seem to have changed and I prefer more action-y, like fast-paced games. I don't know why, but now I just don't have the patience. It's not here. It's not him. I thought he was right here. I guess it's the posters right here now. But I mean, just look at this world right now. It's at night. Just look at it. It's just... I can't... I mean... I have to say, there's an attention to detail in this game. I mean, the thing with Kenny, which now I don't...
Stop watching my prank show. I'm really bad at it, and now it's over. But yes, God damn it. All right, one more prank.
The thing with, what is it? Like, maybe because it's made by the people who made Rick and Morty, but,
Here's the skinny. You're all gonna need some major firepower if you really plan to take on Gargantuous.
What? More than we already have? Our team is mostly guns.
Trust me, we need this. Klug sent over the details on an extremely powerful Gatlian.
Oh shit, another Galleon!
That's right. Supposedly he's in the possession of another G3 officer, a scientist named Dr. John Giblets. And guess what? I can't find shit on him. I don't even know where he is.
Okay, so what do?
We do it the old-fashioned way and ask around.
okay.
Maybe we find out his coordinates and warp him in. I'm sending you to Blimp to gather intel. I don't know. I'm fucking tired, kid. Maybe you'll appreciate me more if you do my job.
Okay, Gene, alright, we'll try to find him ourselves.
All right. Skip the portal door and just head out into Blim. Oh, and before you go, you might need a little extra help. I went ahead and unlocked a new feature on your bounty suit. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Hey there, Bounty Hunter. It's me, Pseudo again. I'm still here. I've been here the whole time. Welcome to Detective Mode. I'm here to help you sleuth out all those really big, crazy mysteries.
Suddenly? With the fucking detective mode? Well, why haven't we had access to this the whole time?
All right, let's see. It looks like you're looking for a... Dr. John Giblets. Is that correct?
Yeah?
Oh, fantastic. Let me do a quick search for you. This will solve it immediately and...
No matches found.
Oh, well, it's never that easy. Why don't you start by interrogating the locals?
Okay, I figured it out. This thing's fucking useless. Thanks, Gene!
I mean,
Just a little reminder, you have a scanner. You probably remember, and I'm sorry for saying anything.
I said every one of them has their own unique personality. I said, I'm...
Come see what I've got in stock on the food menu.
Hey, did you know anything about Dr. Giblets?
What are you talking about? Hey there, me Pseudo. Looks like we're trying to interrogate a suspect. Let's ask them some questions.
I'm really sorry. I don't know who that is. But good luck, I guess. Hope you find them. What? Why do you care? You must know I ate 15 whole sandwiches. And yes, I regret it. I don't know why I ate that many. Do I look nervous?
Jeez, you're making him nervous with this interrogation.
Am I what? What is it with you and this Dr. Giblets guy? My name's Craig, and I'm really sick from eating a lot of sandwiches. Leave me alone.
What? They didn't know anything. That was a real D-rank interrogation. Sorry. Oh well, maybe you can just find more people to interrogate. You'll get it next time.
Mean.
Sorry about that. This is the trial version of Detective Mode. So there's going to be ads. You love ads. This will be worth it, I promise.
No, it's not. It really isn't.
Hey, tough guy, we're looking for a Dr.
Giblets? You got any leads?
Slick, what the fuck are you talking like that for? Oh, Jesus Christ, leave me alone.
How you doing? Like with your weird interrogation?
Min Min, no PS5. You are not to sit on the PS5.
I don't know, and I don't give a shit. I'm busy. You need anything else, or can I fucking go? Quick, the drug guys. No, I don't need fucking ties to the evil drug conglomerate. I'm a normal person trying to live a normal life in the city. Why in the fuck would I have any ties to the G3? What's my whole deal? Like, who am I? What do? Well, my name's Jackie T. Pooperton, and what I do is tell you to fuck off!
Jackie T. Pooperton.
They were a tough cookie, but they were telling the truth.
Aw, look at the kitty. Look at the kitty. And
Better luck next time. Let's look for somebody else.
we got a kitty cat, right? We got a kitty cat.
Yo, bounty hunter, wanna do some perfectly legal business? Hey, what's up, Lordo? You know anything about where we could find a guy named Dr. Giblets? Whoa, where'd you get that name? You can't just go asking around town for a guy like that. What's wrong with asking about Dr. Giblets? I don't know. Why do you think I know anything about Dr. Giblets? I don't know nothing. Now buy something and I'll beat it, Buster.
See, we got a little kitty cat.
Wow, you're hungry. Oh, good choice. Did Blurdo seem a little dodgy to you? I swear I feel like he's hiding something.
That's right. Yeah, let's come back when we know a little more and see if we can push this guy over the edge.
See, look at the kitty cat. She's a pretty girl. She also wants to sit on the PS5. You cannot sit on the PS5, Min Min. You gotta log into Destiny Rising. Yeah. As soon as I'm done.
Bounty hunter, you look hungry. Let me help you out.
Hey, no. Min Min, I know what you're doing. You cannot sit on the PS5. Okay? What did I say about the PS5? You're a cutie patootie, but you cannot sit on the PS5. Okay? I know, you're cute. I know you're cute. I know you're a cutie girl. You're a girl and a cute. But you cannot sit on the PS5. Alright? Where's the last guy? There was another guy. Eh, no. No, Min Min, you cannot go on the PS5. What did I say, Min Min? Cutie patootie, the answer is no. Here we go.
Hey, do you mind if we have a moment of your time?
Oh, sure. What's this about, can I ask? Shh, hey, quiet. Don't say things so loud. I can't help you, but Blordo can. Mention my name, Michael Taint. Then they'll talk. But no cracks about my name.
I was playing snooker with Blordo.
Yeah, he's really bad, so I won a few hundred pesos. It was a great night. Hey, thanks for asking about my night, pal. It was nice of you. You take an interest in people. That's admirable. Yeah. Everyone knows about the G3. It's just, we shouldn't be talking about it in broad daylight like this, you know? Well, sure. Yeah, I don't really have any moral issues except the bribe. It sounds like a win-win, actually. I get money, you get info. But come to think of it, the G3 will kill me, so how about no?
Holy shit, wow, we actually got something we can use, okay. Woo, that was an A-rank interrogation. Good for you.
Hey, no, you are not going on the... You are not going on the PS5, Min Min. I know you're a cutie, and you're being adorable now, but you're not going on the PS5. I don't care how cute you are, okay? Somebody needs to get her rabies and distemper shots. Yeah, she's not gonna be happy.
Yo, bounty hunter, come see what I've got in stock on the food menu. Look, I said I don't know nothing about Dr. Giblets, so leave me alone. Unless you want to buy something, that's different. You can still buy stuff from me, that's totally fine. Ah, that piece of shit! I'm gonna kill him! Look, if you're really looking for trouble, maybe check out the new High on Life store in the slums. The Hyperbomb 6 midnight launches tonight, but you should be able to get in by now. Just don't mention my name. I didn't say nothing. Now get out of here! If anyone sees me talking to you, I'm dead! Thanks, Flordo. We had a good feeling you were a true pal.
Whoa! Great sleuthing, detective! That was an S-rank interrogation!
That's right. It's only about fucking the turtles with turtles of you being fucked. Oh my god, yeah, I had it in my contract. I don't want to fuck any turtles that don't want to get fucked.
Okay, Min Min. Min Min, you are sitting. Min Min, you're not going on the PS5. I love you, Min Min, but you're not going on the PS5. Okay, okay, here we go. Look what we got here. All right. Wait, do I go back to... It says go, head to the slums. No, you're not going on the PS5. No, you're not going on the PS5. No, you're not going on the PS5. Okay? You're not going on the PS5. You're not going in the PS5, Min Min. Okay, we got about 20 minutes and then we get to go. I'll go. I want to do the Halloween event. I did not know that. Okay, now you can go that way. You can go that way, Min Min. But you cannot go on the PS5. Okay? Good girl. Thank you for that. I really needed to make sure that you're a female. I really appreciate you confirming that for me.
Oh, it's you. Bad hurt my feelings again? Leave them alone! Hey, what's up, best friend? Don't wink next round. Okay, so we're looking for this new High on Life store. The slums are a little more chill now that we took out 9's store.
Nobody wants to talk to the broker.
Asking around for giblets. Well, the tours are with the G3 now, so it's best not to stick your nose where it jump. Wait. Oh shit! It's you!
Oh, fucking goddamn it!
Look, they were gonna do it. They were gonna shoot me, alright? I had to do it. Alright, sometimes you just...
Oh yeah, bring it on, you pieces of shit!
Wait a minute, let me check something. So, I know this is... So, no, I gotta do... oh, great. This is not gonna be easy. I'm gonna have to figure that one out, because I think I might have to go through and... There we go.
G3 now? We must be on the right trail if they're coming at us this hard. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's get to this high life place.
Alright, so. Hi, Sugar. No, you're not going on the PS5. No, no, no. What are you doing? I can't believe how big you got. I still can't get over how big you got, little sugar pie. Did you just... Okay. First off, I can't... What did you just do? Okay. Come here. Alright, come here. I don't want you going on the PS5. I think you're a cutie patootie. I think you're adorable. But you cannot sit on the PS5. You can't sit on the PS5. Okay? You can't sit on the PS5. You can't. You're not a baby anymore. When you were a baby, you could probably sit on the PS5. But you're not a baby. You're a big girl. You're a girl. You're a big young lady now. You're not a baby. Yeah, look at you. You are a cat. You're not a kitten. You used to be a kitten. See, there's space Applebee's. These snipers are a pain in the butt. Yeah, I knew it. I wasn't being smart. I just can't stand the snipers. Those guys are so annoying sometimes. Ah! Those guys, they teleport too, so that's why they're so annoying. All right, I got this. Oh god, I hate those guys so much.
Don't forget about my trick hole.
There we go. Wait, that's it? Your glob shot is actually very, very helpful. One of the... Absolutely, one of the best. Alright.
Alright, that's gotta be the High on Life store.
Yeah.
Hi.
This isn't like a consumer loyalty thing. It's more like
You can always cut lines. The rules do not apply to the law.
Thank God we have the same High on Life store number 792.
Well. I smell another mystery. I'm Pseudo, by the way. You know me.
Yeah, we're still tracking down giblets.
Yeah, you already know what I'm gonna say. Try interrogating all the employees here.
Yeah, no shit. That's what the fuck we're gonna do.
Hello, and welcome to High on Life. How can High on Life help you today? High on Life employees are not authorized to admit that we have ties to the criminal organization known as the G3. But can I offer you membership in our High on Life care program? Great question. Thanks so much for your interest. We sell hyperbongs and hyperbong accessories. The latest model, the Hyperbong 6, is even capable of smoking humans. That's right, that hot new species you've been hearing about. High on Life hyperbongs are the only way to get that fixed. We actually prefer not to call it the slums. This is an exciting new up-and-coming part of town that we hope will attract a youthful new demographic ready to spend their hard-earned money on quality products. Speaking of which, can I interest you in a Hyperbong 6? Illegal? No, not in any real sense. You must be reading some of our detractors on the internet or watching too many Claude Nugman speeches. Hyperbongs are totally humane and of no harm to anybody except the creatures you smoke in them.
Woo,
No.
these are some tough nuts to crack. Don't lose motivation. You're
Min
doing
Min,
great,
you
but
cannot go on the
need to
PS5.
one side.
Hello, welcome to High on Life. I'm Derek. I'm going to be a personal High on Life professional today. That makes sense, right? Does that sound okay? I'm new here. God, I'd really love to help you because you look very cool. But no, sorry, I have no clue. Oh, no, it's okay, I guess. It's the big Hyperbong 6 midnight lunch, and we literally just opened, so I only been here for like half an hour. And honestly, okay, yeah, it kind of sucks so far because, like, I can already feel my soul leaving my body. Me? Oh, no, I'm straight edge. I don't even like thinking about drugs. This job was it was a bad idea for me, probably. Hey, it's my first day. Can you do me a favor and not mention Dr. Giblets around here? They told us not to talk about him.
Wow, nice kid, but not helpful at all. You get a big fat D ranking.
It is my pleasure to welcome you to High on Life. Are you being helped already? I'm so sorry. That is a really fantastic question, but I'm not authorized to answer it. Have you considered buying a drop-proof case for your hyperbong? Oh, I'm so excited you asked. A hyperbong is a device used to absorb the life energy of another species in order to trigger a psychedelic effect in the operator. You know, I can't recall whether or not I've heard that name before, but I'm actually much more interested in telling you all about the fabulous features that come packed in with the brand new Hyperbong 6. High on Life employees politely request that you don't alert the other customers to the fact that we are part owned by the Torg family. That worries the other customers, and we don't want that.
Ew, boy, they really want to make that commission, huh? Sorry, but I gotta give you another D rank.
No, Min Min, you are not gonna sit on the PS5. I don't know why you're suddenly obsessed with it. You've never wanted to sit on the PS5 before.
Holy shit, this is the madhouse. Oh, sorry. Hi, thanks for shopping at High on Life. I'm the manager here. Are you finding everything okay? Huh? Nah, I think they're probably bad for society overall, you know? I mean, I don't have a problem with drugs in general, but hyperbongs are like, the drugs are living creatures and they die, and that seems a little fucked up, right? But hey, I'm the manager at the store that sells hyperbongs. I probably shouldn't be saying stuff like that. It's hypocritical, it's weird. I don't know, I'm just here. That's right, it's a big day. I didn't think there'd be this many people lining up to buy hyperbongs. Probably a bad sign for our city. Oh man, this again. Look man, I just work here. I don't know anything about the store, who built it. I'm kind of a fuck up. I lied on my resume. I got this manager gig. I never even met Dr. Giblets. I don't know what he looks like. I couldn't even point him out in a crowd.
But you know about him.
Yeah, sure I do. He owns this place. He never comes around, though. I don't really know where he is. What? I told you. I have no idea where he is. And you're being really aggressive. Leave me alone. It's super fucking busy right now, and you're distracting the hell out of me.
Okay, shit, not so good. Looks like we hit a dead end, so let's get the fuck out of here and just give up on being detectives. It's all done now.
Nice day for a shopping trip, ain't it?
It sure is. I know I'd go shopping on a day like this.
Except this wannabe bounty hunter doesn't seem to be shopping.
That's right. Seems like they're poking their beak where it don't belong.
Be a shame if something happened to your beak as a result if you catch our drift.
More of this shit? Are you fucking kidding me? More of this? Why is everybody on our case today? Please, just fuck off!
You got a fresh mouth on you, kid. Be a shame if something happened to that mouth as a result.
Pardon my associate here. He's only got one good fact, but I assure you, he can back it up.
That's right. A word to the wise. Stay out of this. Got it?
We've got this covered.
What the hell was that? Holy shit, what the fuck? Was this guy trampled to death?
Yeah. My friend Davy Glutes got trampled in the rush. Pretty sad, right? One moment he was there, next he's gone. Squashed. Oh, you can go ahead and take his back boots. It's not a problem. He was a really bad guy. Like, morally, he was very fucked up. Bad morals? Shouldn't have been friends with him, really. Not really a good idea. Don't know really why I liked him so much.
Yay, I got mag boots now.
Yeah, that's fine. You can totally take those mag boots.
Okay, look, I know this is a little fucked, but these boots are gonna be very useful, and they're the old...
Hey, sick move! You're making good use of those mag boots.
Yeah. Alright, I'm heading out.
If only they were all this week, you know? I don't want to be pushy or anything, but maybe try my glob shot every now and again, you know?
Your glob shot is actually... His glob shot is actually very good. Thing is, I should use the other weapons more because they actually have great perks. I just prefer just shooting stuff. So I'm actually making the game harder for myself than I need to.
How are things going?
I mean, I have one guy that freezes time. Thank you. You too. Have a good one. I might see you tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see.